Yes. Wow.
Say like bomb sauce and flavor aliens. Or yeah.
Hello. All right, shout outs to Bomb Sauce. What a vape break that was, my lord. All right, we do have a couple of things to talk about. One team did say cluck cluck. We can't scroll up anymore. That was CC and C, who, by the way, his online name is currently cluck cluck. Obviously not in game, but we'll see how this goes. We're gonna have Optic also move over to the roast booth. EG doing the same. Again, last random invoker, last random for the Deuce for Optic, and we're already gonna get this courier. It's EG. They've got the cluck cluck. They've got the Happy Frostum is getting dropped down. Everything is going crazy. They're going to rotate around Optic. They can try to go for this. They have the Winter Wyvern if they want to go into the pit, but they're going to head up to the high ground. Where are they going? Go to Roche.
They don't know where they are.
They're at Roche. They're saying Happy Frostum. They're saying cluck cluck. There's only one place they could be.
Did you check the timer mod? I was just so focused on the fact that they're in there. They actually see Pudge though.
I think they got in there at about 45 seconds. So they actually have a little bit more time.
Oh, this is dangerous, dude. The
They're
courier's
gonna
in
go for
there.
this. They have the Arctic
It's 2
burn.
right clicks. That's all it's gonna
Here's
take.
the Lucio up. They need to get in there. Are they gonna jaunt? They don't do it. They're gonna fight.
Oh, this one hit. 2 hits. Oh, they got it.
They got it. Kick track gets the jab down on the Winter Wyvern beautifully. Now Pycat's in trouble. He will go down. It is first blood for Arteezy, but Sumail's going to get dropped down instead. 1-for-1 trade plus the courier going the way of Optic Gaming. Arteezy now going toe-to-toe. Hook coming in, but now Crit needs to be careful. The Illusorer, they'll get the kill. PBD might die to the tower. He will. Oh my god, what is happening? What's going on?
We're going to need our admin to double check on the timer in the Dota TV and let us know, did they make 45 seconds?
Did we get the quest?
Admin
just say we're checking.
Reviewing. Chat.
It was close. I don't know if they got it. It was very close.
All right, the other crazy thing is that Arteezy is playing Shadow Demon this game.
Yes.
So I guess core Shadow Demon,
he's got a null
guys.
tally to start it out.
I think he's off.
He might be. That's
now?
what Trent was talking about. Offlane Shadow Demon is not something that we haven't seen before, so it'll be interesting. He's going to get the help with the Pudge up here as well. So this is going to be very intriguing to see how this goes. Arteezy leveled up Shadow Poison at level 1. He's getting some Arctic Burn, but now Crit coming in looking for a hook. He's going to find it. The Wyvern now in trouble. He'll go for this. They have no disruption. The poison won't be enough. It was close, but not enough to get the kill. Yeah. So Wyvern will make it back.
Very important that you get 5 Shadow Demon stacks to succeed on one of those kills, and it costs a lot of mana to do so. That's 250 mana. So
yeah.
Laning against Morphling here, and I think that's going to be a tough hero to crack for a Shadow Demon because he can always morph his strength if he gets in trouble. It is pretty low speed at level 1 though, so maybe Arteezy can get this kill here.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Pycat. And obviously you know a lot about Morphling. You talked about it before the draft, but this is a hero we haven't really seen that much of. So
I think he's very good right now. Morphine doesn't cost mana anymore. Oh, they're going down Pycat. The
they
silence.
Go for it. They're gonna have Crit jumping in as well. The silence coming up. They need one more auto attack. He's morphing. They missed the hook, and the waveform comes out, and Pycat somehow survives. The blast off is not enough damage.
Oh, Pycat did not realize the question mark challenge is not today, but I think he's just gonna throw it in for fun here.
No question mark challenge. But he's doing it anyways. We're in NA, folks. This is what happens.
I mean, a great silence. That's one of the big counters against Morphling. If you silence him before he starts morphing, that gives you a chance to kill him until the silence ends. But no hook lands, and they don't get the kill. It looks like EG will grab a double bounty rune on the top lane, though.
Yes. 4 bounty runes is obviously one of the, I think one of the bounties for today, but yeah. So right now we're checking to see if they got that good old Cluck Cluck Courier bounty. We're still checking to make sure, but instead, for now, we'll just watch how this game goes. Very interesting heroes. Obviously, the Blastoff was leveled first for Fear. He's got it back up again. Pycat needs to be a little careful. It's a lot of damage. Kit Track as well. They're going to go on him, potentially. Disruption. Fear's going to set up for us. Here we go. He jumps in. Perfect timing, and now Pycat's got to run. They're going to look to find Winter Wyvern. They're going to grab the kill. Looks like with a couple of stacks of Shadow Poison. Waveform it. He's looking for Fear. Fear, actually, he's got another mind to drop down if he wants to. Pycat's going to Strength Morph. He's got to be careful.
For Pycat.
Pycat, look out. He's going to go down. Beautifully done from Fear. Oh, my God. Fear jukes into the tree line, drops the proximity mine, gets the kill, and now they can't even find him.
Oh, he puts a little sign down. Nobody's going to see this but us, unless maybe Winter Wyvern eventually finds him. I mean, he's got to wait like 15 seconds till he gets a TP, but that's going to be it.
Yeah, he's done so. Kid Track finally found him. One more auto attack will do the job. Fear can't do anything, but he still gets involved in both of those kills with Blast Off and Proximity Mine. So top lane starting to go pretty well here for Arteezy and crew.
Yeah, things are pretty insane. I can't even stabilize. So many things have happened so far.
It's crazy. Mid lane, there's more action happening now. CC is too far, but he's got the mana shield. There's the blast off again. The silence is up, and now Crit will chase him down. Fairy Fire coming in, but the Rot doing too much damage. CC with one more auto attack will fall. No way to survive there. And EG rotate in these two roaming supports. That's right, folks. It's a roaming support tag. He's from Fear. And, wow. Oh, my.
Was that even necessary? Did they get to even call a target?
I don't know if they called a target at the beginning of the game.
I saw EG call a target on Zai. Zai is just like responding.
Yeah.
That's not even a reward. He's just feeling like typing that.
Yes. Both of these teams know each other very well,
Pycat
obviously.
trading with
Arteezy and Pycat, they've got the waveform coming up. The Shadow Poison to come through. Arteezy's going to get Disruption off. He's still in trouble. Another Shadow Poison stack. He's up to 3. Pycat will go for the more for now. Now there's going to be another jump in. Pycat, the waveform is there. Arteezy, he's got 4 right now. They need one more.
Oh, he does?
He will get it, but he's still pretty tanky, and he continues to morph strength at this point.
Oh, that's got to be Anthem.
Splinter Blast, they've got the huge raindrop, the waveform, one more auto attack, and Arteezy walks up way too far.
Yeah, a little too overconfident with how much Shadow Poison damage that would deal. If he had maybe a Soul Catcher in there, it could work out, but I mean, this is still going to be fine for Arteezy in the late game, though, because Disrupting Morphling is one of the best things you can do. He's got a lot of stats. You're going to get these really strong illusions that can fight for you. So even if the laning stage doesn't go the best for him, I think this will be okay in the long run.
Meanwhile, Universe trying to go on to Zai. Gets silenced up. He has the Infernal Blade. Zai, of course, is a phase shift and a loser to work with. The Universe will not chase him down. This is the one lane we haven't seen too much action in. Bottom lane has been pretty much just Universe and Zai kind of farming up at this point.
This could be a normal game right here with those two heroes. Like just a Doom versus Puck 1v1. Well, other things happen. These other things are a little weird this game, but I mean, offlane Arteezy Shadow Demon. That could have been a challenge by itself.
I mean, forget about the Fear techies, you know. Just the Shadow Demon itself is kind of nuts for Arteezy, like you're mentioning, but
it's gonna go for a Veil first. It's a good way to amplify this Shadow Poison damage you deal. Can they get a gank off on him though?
They're about to find Fear. Proximity Mine will do little to no damage, and he will get dropped down. Blast Off does not come out in time, and so Pycat will secure himself a kill. They somehow knew he was over there. I don't know if they saw him walk in with some vision, but they just pinged him out. So
I mean, they knew he was going to be there somewhere in that area anyways. So they check with the neutral, they blow up the bombs, and it's all easy.
Oh, come on. PBD, you can't do that.
They're actually just flaming each other for fun.
I think
Did we expect this for the first matchup of Optic?
I mean, this is... I kind of expected this, but still.
Driver going for a pull here. He's going to get hooked, though.
There's the hook coming in from Crit. He's got the rod up. They have no blast off for 2 seconds. That will be able to be used in a moment. Here's going to send it up.
He has to blast off here, but he's going to walk to the cliff. Fear's got to go for the shot.
Here he goes. Oh, nicely done. And Fear gets to the high ground. He might get caught by Zai. Illusion jaunt through. He doesn't have his level 6. Oh, now he does. He'll pop the Dream Coil here in a moment, and that should be the end of Fear. On the other side, they chase down, but Crit denies himself. Fear will get dropped. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Oh, that was almost beautifully done for EG, but they will lose 2 heroes and a great rotation from Zai. Garbage, Senor. Jesus.
I think he means senior, actually. Like, that does
Senior.
Senior is like
Senor?
Mister or something. This is like you're an old man.
I'm so confused right now, Kevin, that
it's
I don't know what's going
on. Crit sitting in the mid lane looking for a hook. There's a perfect catapult, though. That's going to block his hook if he wants to go for it.
He can now, maybe. CC&C still kind of far up. Crit waiting for it. They don't see him. Now he's going to walk up instead, and CC&C will just run. Crit can maybe go for a hook now. They have Arteezy rotating in.
Oh,
good body blocks from Crit. They've got the Shadow Poison. They're looking for a disruption. They will find it. But Crit was taking a lot of damage there. He needs to be careful. There's the Ice Wall coming into Stone Gates as well. Sumail will turn. Zai comes in. Waning Rift Arteezy's going to get dropped now. Optic, they'll stay on top of this. They've got the ward there for EG, but it's too little too late. Kit Track's also running in. Level 3.
Perfect rotation timing there from Optic there. PPD shows up, as does the puck, and that just makes it easy to kill Arteezy there. And that's one of the big issues with Shadow Demon as a core, is that even if you have levels, even if you have farm, it takes a long time to cast Shadow Poison 5 times. And until you cast it 5 times, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage.
This is a good question from CC&C. Do they get Moonbucks if Zai doesn't die? That's a good question. I think, obviously, I don't think so. Do they?
My initial thought is yes, but...
Okay. Let me look at the exact wording here in a moment.
It's not a lot of money. I think it's like 100 or something.
Yeah, it's not. It's 100 at the
I think.
Whenever the enemy dies, someone must flame them. So it says whenever the enemy dies. But if he doesn't die, does that mean?
I'm just gonna give it a yes.
All right, you're giving it a yes.
To be real clear here.
Purge is coming. We're talking about something else, not the one. No. Okay. So they didn't get the cluck cluck. We have the word from our admins. 42 seconds. They were 3 seconds away. Crit in the meantime, he's going to get dropped. No deny this time. Arteezy's got the Shadow Poison. Pycat going to try to chase him down. The Doom comes out, though. Universe is in. He's out of mana. No Infernal Blade. Now he's got a little bit of the Shadow Poison. What a deny from that Winter Wyvern. The Sunstrike, that should hit, though. It'll be a 2-for-1, but again, good deny coming in from KitTrack there to make sure Pycat doesn't go the way of EG.
Let me just type admin review. Cluck Cluck was not accomplished here.
We've got Purge on the case. So we want to talk about the fact that if Zai doesn't die, then targeted toxicity still goes the way of EG. But Optic, they missed out on, or excuse me, EG missed out on the Cluck Cluck challenge. So something to keep in mind. We still have a couple more interesting bounties. We have the Happy Frostivus challenge. We have a lot of stuff going on. So
I mean, there's some good attempts at getting challenges here. Just fell a little short, and they fed Courier as a result, so that was actually pretty rough for them.
Yeah, agreed.
Costly thing. Starts Optic Gaming off on a good start here.
Yeah, they have a 2K lead right now. CCNC getting great farm, but also Zai down bottom is sitting at 4.4K. He's almost got a full veil. I believe it's going to fly out here in a moment. He's going to get hooked, though. They haven't dismembered. No, level 4. There's going to be the blast off, and Zai's still in trouble. They need another hook. They need more damage, and Zai should be fine. He can phase shift here in a moment. He's got the Drip Call. He's going to use it. He is going to jaunt away. The proximity mine, not enough. Zai auto-attacking Fear. They'll kill each other. Wow, that is actually insane. They killed each other with their last auto attacks from both sides.
A little bit better for Zai there because he does get the experience. Although, I guess with Crit in the area, he picks up a fast level 6 with this, which is huge. Now his gank's going to be even more powerful. Dismember early on is a big stun. Sumail's going to get ganked, though.
Yeah, he's in some trouble. This Invoker going to get caught out. Here comes the Stone Gaze. Universe coming in. He doesn't have the Doom to work with the Centaur Conqueror.
Oh, that's going to buy time.
Good save. Arteezy had a beautiful disruption there. They'll get one. Sumail's still alive. Will finally get dropped, but Optic are getting blown up by Universe, doing so much damage. KitTrack Demonic purged up, but he will survive. He's in the well. He will stay up and alive. It'll be a 2-for-1 trade. Yes, Sumail does fall, but they get the Medusa and PVD's Enchantress in return.
What an amazing rotation there by Universe. Perfect timing. He gets the War Stomp off on multiple heroes and creeps. Buys him enough time so that the Medusa goes down before Sumail's Invoker does. Great rotation from Arteezy, good disruption as well.
Yeah.
So crazy early game so far.
I mean, this is like yesterday, the first game between OG, and they just had non-stop action back and forth between OG and Navi. It feels sort of the same here, and that I think that's just Midas mode in general. We're going to have a lot of action.
And it's a close game right now. The one hero that's lagging behind is going to be Techies. He's only at level 4 right now. So level 6, very, very important level scheme for Techies, so you can start picking up remote mines.
You got to remember, though,
get scary for Optic.
Fierce Techies, this game goes late enough, and all of a sudden you have proximity mines, you have remote mines to defend the high ground with. So, I mean,
I'm not that concerned. I think it's a little bit over-exaggerated how dominant it can be. Obviously, there's lots of like obnoxious tricks you can do, placing them in trees, things like that, but against good players, there's 3 lanes of racks, change it up, blink past the mines, use BKB as you go to the high ground. There's lots of ways that good players can deal with those mines. Universe is going to break the smoke here. I don't think he realizes just
Centaur
yet.
Conqueror Stomp, they have Arctic Burn to work with as well. They're not going to use it. Universe has his Doom available. He might use it in turn here, decides against it instead. He'll just run the Arctic Burn, will do some work, but he'll be fine. And EG will move to the top lane and try to pressure this tier 1 tower, which is already kind of low, and they have a siege creep along with the proximity mines, but
they do glyph against the proximity mine. It's a huge advantage here. That's going to mean that Optic Gaming gets a favorable trade.
They're going to have the Dismember coming in. They've got the Shadow Poison. Centaur Conqueror Stomp will only hit onto Crit. They're going to try to chase further. Crit has another hook, but Zai's a little too far. PPD as well, a little too speedy. He has the siege creep. They're going to back themselves away for now. No rotations from Optic. They will instead TP1 for EG to the mid lane, trying to find this Dusa. Crit, nice hook. He's going to find it on CCNC. No Dismember. The Stone Gaze will come out. Dismember down for 8 seconds. Sumail can't follow up. Doesn't use anything like an EMP or something. They'll try to chase, but now Stone Gaze has been used. The Universe, he's got phase. He's got drum. He's going to pop it. They're going to look for a Doom here. He's got the Infernal Blade.
Got hook in 5 mana.
Arteezy's going to get dropped bottom lane, but now here we go. Doom's going to come out. CCNC is still very tanky, and Crit cannot find it. Now they're going to TP in. They've got the Shrine, and CCNC will be absolutely 100% fine. In fact, they might even turn this Zai. No Dream Coil, no way to follow this up.
It's all done. Big mistake from Crit there. He needed to Dismember or hook. Because the Doom came off, he thought he could Dismember, but just when he was casting it, his enemy got fogged. So then he gets away scot-free. He needed to do something a little earlier than thought he could get the Dismember on.
Man, that was a good attempt from EG, but they couldn't find anything. Meanwhile, Crit's going to go for the Dismember on KitTrack mid. The Sunstrike will follow up as well. Should do a lot of damage, plus the hook, and Crit will secure the kill with the help of Sumail.
It's just a little bit of a big loss there for Universe. Losing Doom, it's a 145-second cooldown right now. That means he's going to have to go a little bit passive in terms of farming. So would have been a nice snag. Now 3K gold advantage for Optic Gaming. They've got to be pretty happy with where they're sitting, especially because they control the enemy jungle now as well.
Yes, I mean, and the big thing is PyCat is getting a lot of farm. And now, let's slow things down here, Purge. Talk to me about late-game Morphling, or just Morphling in general.
Well, one of the big reasons that Morphling is really strong now is because morphing your stats doesn't cost mana. So if you're ever in trouble, you just morph to get more strength. And the other really strong thing is that if you're ever heavily damaged while in strength mode, you can full agility morph and then morph back into... full agility morph, and then morph back into strength, and you basically get healed from it. Okay. So once you buy a simple Lincoln's, it basically guarantees that you never have to go back to the fountain ever again if you're doing it correctly. So it doesn't really matter, actually, that your ultimate can't send you back to fountain and back to lane again. It's actually just very abusable right now.
Yeah, so you might be missing out on some of that split push, but the hero still, you think, is strong, I believe.
He's still very strong, in my opinion, and he doesn't need as many items as he did before to combat, actually. Oh, he's going to take Doom.
He stole Doom. He's got the Alpha Wolf. He's got the Scorched Earth. He's got the Infernal Blade. Yeah, Devour's going to get him some extra gold as well. PyCat.
So when he turns back into Morphling while still devouring the creep, does that mean the creep is just going to be like inside a large ball of water?
That is a good question.
How that works?
I'm curious to see that as well.
Maybe he's an acidic ball of water, perhaps. It'll just slowly
dissolve him inside Morphling's stomach.
It'll get there. So PyCat's going to get a little bit of bonus money from that, and he uses Scorched Earth. I mean, the new Morphling ultimate is basically I want to use your basic skills and then turn back into Morphling again, is how it should be thought of. But got buffed again in the last patch, and another tower here for Optic.
Yeah,
they get the tier 2 on the bot lane, so they're putting a lot of pressure on EG here. I think they're trying to get all this moving before even like techies can get online and any of the cores for EG.
Yeah. So this is really good stuff from Optic. They have the top 3 net worth in their cores. They have Medusa sitting at 3rd, Zai sitting 2nd, and the biggest thing is PyCat is sitting on the top of this list, and he is about to have this Lincoln Sphere. He just needs the recipe. That's not far off. Zai can continue to pressure mid. He's got a Blink. He's got a Veil. They'll drop some remote mines, so they need to be a little careful, but Zai, you can see he's not sitting on top of the tower. And they might make a go. He's going to try to go on in the Invoker. The hook comes out. PPD dismembered up. Zai will jaunt himself away. The Sunstrike to come through. That'll get 1 kill, and now you got to back up if you're Optic Gaming. There's a ward to scout out Zai, but no follow-up. Crit already used his hook as well.
They just ditched him. That they could have puck ultied that. They could have used Winter Wyvern. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Winter Wyvern's not 6. But they definitely ditched that guy. They're like, I could puck interrupt this, but let's be real, he's still going to die anyways. They still have good map control. They're living in the enemy jungle. Something Medusa can take amazing advantage of this game just with split shots. So this is looking pretty bad for EG. That last random they had actually hurt them a little bit. I kind of feel like they were planning to do Shadow Demon mid or something like that and let like the Pudge techies go off lane. But because they got an Invoker, you're kind of limited. You have to put it mid. You're now forced to have this kind of weird lane setup, and EG needs to get control of their game.
And Sumail, I mean, he's obviously a very good Invoker. We'll have to see if he can catch back up into this game. He's got the Midas. This game goes on long enough, maybe you start getting some farm for him as well as your Shadow Demon. But again, Shadow Demon with Veil, it's not like you're having this hard farming carry. Yeah. So we'll see how this turns out.
He can do a lot of damage in team fights, though, which is the big thing. He might not... I mean, he's got a frontliner. He's got, like, Pudge. He's got Techie's Mines. He's got Doom. If they can keep Shadow Demon safe behind the mines, you're talking about, like, very elongated pushes that he could certainly abuse here.
We shall see a 5K advantage for Optic. In the meantime, PyCat up top.
And Sumail's on good farm levels as well. He's only 2,200 away from his Ags being finished, so I think that's going to be pretty useful as a whole. Like, even though Morphling doesn't need to spend mana to morph his stats around, it doesn't mean he doesn't need mana for waveform and adaptive strikes and things like that. Right. So there's definitely some strong ways that Invoker can affect this game.
PyCat now with a Lincoln Sphere, so dooming at the beginning of the engagement. Not going to work. Blink Dismember coming in for crit. The Sunstrike to follow up as well. Zai is going to get dropped. Where's the alt chat?
All right.
Where's the alt chat?
They don't alt chat right now.
EG, where's the alt chat? XD. All right, it works. I mean, that's...
Well, admin reviewed that as, yes, successful flame here.
Disruption coming out. CC&C is fine. Kidtrack taking a lot of damage from these illusions, actually. RTZ getting chased down. Demonic Purge. Centaur Conquer Stomp was already used, but he's done, so there's nothing he can do. CC&C just bombs him from the high ground. He just gets destroyed.
Big blink hook here. PPD in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to get caught. Winter's Curse comes out. Sunstruck will miss. PPD dodges towards the north, and now they're going to bring down crit as well. Too much damage. Level 1 impetus. The universe is going to get slowed up, but he's got the Scorched Earth, so he will run away as well. Fear's coming in, but he can't really do much. In fact, he's on top of an Observer Ward, so they will see him. And right now, EG are just trying to make as much space for Sumail as possible, but the thing is, Optic are doing the same thing for PyCat.
Yeah, and I think in the end, Morphling should be a stronger hero. He's queuing up his E-Blade now. This will allow him to team fight a little bit better and basically just start killing heroes. And Optic just keeps controlling well. I mean, they're putting sentries down for their pushes. They're not committing super hard to tower kills. I think their late game sieging is going to be very straightforward with Morphling as well as Medusa, especially against things like the Techie's Mine. So seems like Optic's in still a very good place, even though there's some really good moves being made by EG, especially Crit. I think he's really been the guy that's been in every fight. He got an ultra fast Blink Dagger here, and it's going to come down to him to pull heroes into mines to get kills.
We'll see if he can do that. Right now he's had a lot of impact like you mentioned, but there's a lot of good vision from Optic in the jungle around where they are. So EG, they've been spotted moving. They're going to keep the bottom lane pushed in, which will give Sumail some room to farm at the very least. But I mean, at this point, EG, it looks like they know everybody's in the top lane for Optic. You have this one ward over here towards the Ancient Stack. You see Sumail bottom, so you have to assume EG are going to be moving into your own jungle, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be pretty straightforward for EG to control the top half of the map anyways, because that's the place that Optic Gaming wasn't, so there should be a lot of mines in the area. So I think Optic Gaming will continue doing this mid and bottom pressure. It gives them a huge percentage of the map anyways.
They have the Sunstrike. Oh, Kittrack, he just dodges the Arctic Burn, comes to the waveform. One more auto attack, and Pycat will get the mega kill. Kittrack will get hooked. He gets off the Winter's Curse. It's too little too late. It's going to be 1-for-1 trade. Archeezy's on the run. Yeah, there's Shadow Poison going every which way. So much Shadow Poison. The disruption coming in. He's got the Soul Catcher as well at Arteezy. He will get off the disruption. He's actually blocked in. They're going to go for Pycat. The blast off. Fear was there. Crit getting the double kill. That's a mega kill spree going for EG. Arteezy and Fear, they turn it around.
So sick there. It looked like Arteezy was the deadest hero ever, but the Soul Catcher and the silence at perfect timing before Pycat could morph, it just ruined him. And I think he could have even been attribute shifting while disrupted, if I'm not mistaken, so he actually had no idea that that puck or that
Sumail
was coming.
Mid, there's the Dream Coil. He's on the mines. Are they going to blow him up? Zai, he's going to go. No, they missed the mines, Fear. You were so close. They'll get the Dismember. They might get CC&C. He's out of mana. He's going to go for the TP. They need somebody to get here in time. They need the Doom. They need something. They can't find it. He will be able to get out CC&C with a beautifully timed TP scroll. Will make it away just in time.
What was the lack there? Maybe Fear wasn't watching. Maybe he was waiting for the perfect moment. But when he finally blew them up, Puck was phase shifted or jaunted or something, just out of there. And that was a lot of time spent dropping those mines. Fear's got to be sad about that one.
Yeah.
He's going to queue up a Blink Dagger. It's a great item pickup.
All right, well, Dismember, we've got the Infernal Blade. Kittrack will fall, but let's see. Thank you, sir, Mr. Midas.
We just give a quick shout out to Mr. Midas for making this all happen.
Yes.
We really couldn't have done it without his small 4-fingered, sometimes 5-fingered hand.
Listen, he's a little bit scary. Sometimes he'll slap you in the face, and that doesn't feel great, but he's
anything for a joke,
he's
right?
important. Yes, I guess so.
Yes?
Yes. Mr. Midas, please don't hurt me.
A lot of Blink Daggers coming up this game, actually. Looks like Shadow Demon wanting to pick one up as well. Medusa going for the slow build, basically. By the time she hits 25, she can use split shot modifiers. So she's just going to slow pretty much every enemy hero.
Yeah, I mean, late game Medusa, I don't know. Is there any way to deal with this if you're EG? I mean, even with the Invoker.
Mana Burn, Disarm, there's a lot of options that you can do. Right. It does take some doing sometimes. Pycat doing the safe thing here. Strength Morphine to go into the Roche pit, and once they verify there's no mines in there, he'll clean up on the Roche.
They drop the sentries down as well. Just making sure. Sunstrike will scout this out, but this is falling rather quickly. And EG, I don't think are positioned to try to contest this. They'll maybe move over, look for a hook or something, but there's a ward scouting out Crit. In fact, he's really low. He's going to have to TP home.
Universe going in with the Shadow Blade, though.
He's got the Shadow Blade. Again, they've got the Winter's Curse to come out. The sentries are there, and he's in trouble. He will try to run. He's got drum charges. He might need to use them. The waveform up Universe is getting chased down. Scorched Earth. The Adaptive Strike coming in. Universe, of course, still in trouble. There's the Tornado coming through as well as the EMP. They're going to try to turn this. Now Pycat, a little bit out of mana here. Needs to be careful. He does have the Aegis. Now working on an Ethereal Blade as well. Sunstrike came in, didn't quite connect onto Optic. They will back themselves away, so Optic will get the first Roche of the game. First Aegis going their way.
And they almost got even more out of that. The Roche Bash delayed the Roche Dying, which delayed Morphling coming to get the kill, so not all that bad considering for EG. It just cost them a Invoker combo and a little bit of a Doom's Time. Yeah. And the Universe is going to keep looking for kills here. Ooh, he could get a
This could be huge.
Here.
Does he see it?
Does he see it?
He
no,
just, I think he just did.
Not.
I think he just saw it, but I don't know if he's going to go for it.
I'm not sure. He's waiting for a Shadow Blade is what he's sitting on. I feel like it's in a good spot. I don't think there's a tree blocking the vision, but we'll see. 2 seconds. Will he spot it?
No, that was not his vision. He's still
thinking
kind of.
about
No,
it.
I don't think
he's thinking
he knows.
all about diving the tower. I don't think they're going to spot it.
He sees it now. He sees it now.
Oh, right there it is. Okay, he got it.
vision from Universe just in time. They'll get the courier. I don't think there was anything on it.
Just
really
a couple
good stuff.
small things, yeah. They'll take the tier 1 tower, or at least try to for RTZ here, but in the meantime, Optic's taking more map control. And now that they've moved all around this other side of the map, they know where the techies' mines can be. It's basically only in the base.
Yeah.
So this is just a huge commanding advantage against the techies, and considering EG did pick techies for the challenge, if they don't win this game, they're not getting that much value for the techies.
Only like
pick.
50 moonbucks.
It's like 55 moonbucks advantage here, so this could really cost them a lot if they lose a game as a result.
Yeah, absolutely. There is actually, the advantage is kind of diminished from Optic Gaming after that kill onto Pycat. It's only a 4K advantage now. You have Boots of Travel on Sumail. Obviously, Sumail is cutting into this lead. He is going to be the one that does a lot of this damage. He's going to be the one to control team fights and try to take this game back in the meantime.
He's trying to split push as well. He TPs to the bot lane. He doesn't want to shows here, because if he does, then Optic knows that he can't defend the base. They do see the Forge Spirit, though. And with that spotted, they're going to TP some heroes down. CCNC will counter push this to make sure that EG doesn't get to threaten the tower in the meantime. And as long as no Optic Gaming heroes die in the meantime, they're just going to keep getting more and more farm.
And that's what Crit's going to try to do, but he sees Pycat. He is going to use his rod. Pycat waveforms in. Crit is dead. Adaptive Strike will do the job. This is without Ethereal Blade, by the way. He's doing a serious amount of damage.
That is a fairly weak hero against Morphling, though. Pudge doesn't have much armor, and Morphling hits very hard. Plus, you get an extra attack with your waveform with that level 15 perk, so a lot of raw damage being done by Morphling, gets a free kill, and they continue with the map control. They're not winning by that much, though, considering how much tower advantage they have. They're only up 4K.
Exactly.
Not the biggest thing I've ever seen.
If EG can get some of these towers, especially the tier 1s mid and bottom, that's a lot of gold saved up that they can get back into this game and have things go their way. Shadow Demon, we've seen RTZ pushing top. He's got the Kai, he's got the Veil Blink Dagger, now working on an Aghanim Scepter for the break.
The first E-Blade show.
And instant kill. He actually died instantly. All right, my bad. I didn't see it.
He's dealing like 500-600 damage with Adaptive Strike alone.
Sumail is in trouble bottom lane. He's going to get caught. They have the Dream Coil. He's going to try to get his Tornado off. I don't think he's got the Ghost Walk. He's going to use his EMP as well. Universe thought about coming in to turn this around. Zai was nearby. They have another Sentry drop down.
It was just too late.
So they would have seen it.
Good try, but that's actually really bad for EG, because with the Dagon, or the Ethereal Blade combo on techies, that's 2 dead heroes now. Optic Gaming can go high ground.
Yeah, there's no Sumail for 40 seconds.
They have a gem as well, so on the puck, he should be able to spot where the mines are. They'll spot the last remote mid, and this means the outer parts of EG's base are just going to be gone after this.
Optic are going to take a commanding lead here. Proximity Mine will be hit up by Zai. Does actually a fair amount of damage. They wanted to go for the tier 2 instead of the tier 3, so they might not be able to do enough damage to the tier 3 in time. So
gotta be a little careful here. They do have Aegis on Pycat, though, so even if he does get blown up, it's not the worst. They are prepping. Look at this, trying to hook onto the mines. Now, Optic can use that as a tell. If the hook comes from there, they know where the hook came from. That means they might be able to expect that there's mines in those places.
So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? Do you walk up this way and just kill it this way?
As soon as you know where the mines are, you just don't go there, or you try to make sure that you don't get hooked to that position. So if Optic can play around that, or maybe they sit puck on low ground, do an orb up, attacks some mines. That's kind of dangerous as well. Looks like EG going for a smoke play, though. They need to get some kills because they're just being completely contracted. There
was a ward here, but I don't think it's spot the smoke out for EG. So EG will move up. We're going to see Optic sort of backing away for now. They have a commanding lead, 8K at this point. Pycat's Aegis. This is the perfect time to smoke. The Aegis is down in 20 seconds. So they can find a kill. Most likely it'll be onto the hero and not onto the Aegis. So we'll see.
Dooming either puck or Morphling would be really good, but they got to be careful about the Lincolns, and they got to make sure that they catch the puck.
Zai is back at this tower. EG, they see him, but they need some form of initiation. They can blink, disrupt him. Now EG's smoke is done. There's no vision for Optic up in the high ground. They will see Sumail back mid, so maybe Optic have an idea of something going on. In fact,
they're so. I mean, they move back very rapidly. They only notice Sumail pushing lanes right now, and that's the easiest hero to commit to it because he can BOT teleport. So that he could still, and Sunstrike, of course. So he can still participate even if he's over here. Big mana perk grab for Medusa now as well. Like, she's just so difficult to kill at this moment.
That is going to be...
Pycat's got a DD picked up also, so any fight that EG takes right now is probably going to go bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, you have to get that kind of hook mine combination, and they're going to go for another hook, and Crit almost gets it. He has the Aether Lens, which really helps out too, but this is tough. They're trying to split push with RTZ. He might get dropped if he's not careful. There is creeps pushing in, and CC will be spotted at least.
So Pycat going for the Morph Target's Allies perk, which means he can turn into any of his allies that could be Puck if he needs to escape or initiate for multiple stuns or silences. He could use a second Arctic Burn. He can use Cold Embrace. There's some really good things here. He can become Medusa. He doesn't get the stat bonus.
Lincoln Sphere, there's the Doom. Pycat's going to get chased down the Infernal Blade. They need more damage, and Universe is just here alone. Sunstrike, it's not going to hit. He just dodges it swiftly. They have the Cold Embrace. They've got the Dream Coil. Universe, it was aggressive. It was, if he could get the kill, it would have been huge. But again, he will get dropped down. He does have buyback, but that is Doom committed him down for 50 seconds.
It's really hard to make that successful. He had to commit the Purge Creep to it as well, so a little bit more limited on his ganks and things. And now that there's no Doom, are they going to feel comfortable to go high ground? I feel like this is a good moment. I mean, that's the big team fight ultimate. It's basically just Mines and Doom are the big scary things they have to deal with. They could catch Sumail. Maybe. They see him.
It's actually CCC is the one that's been caught out. Potentially they're going to have Crit jumping in. They need more damage. Stone Game comes in. There's going to be the meatball, but again, like you mentioned, the Stone Gaze, the amount of damage Crit is taking, he is a little bit low on mana now. He's got the Scott. He's still very tanky. Cold Snap came through, I believe. He's got another Sunstrike. The Deafening Blast will push him back into it.
Nice.
CCNC might actually be in trouble. He'll stick up Crit trying to chase him down. He's got a hook. He goes the wrong direction, and CCNC will turn it on to Crit. Good try. Now Zai's got the Eula Scepter. Sumail will be dead as well. They all rotate in. CCNC is just too damn tanky. He gets a double kill. He is dominating as well, and Optic are able to take this and potentially go high ground finally.
So close there. Great plays by Sumail to try to eke out the kill, but he's just a little short on damage there.
Can he kill Ortiz? He's actually kind of tanky.
He can kill everybody. There's no way that Morphling can't kill a hero in this game right now.
He Shadow Bladed up. He was looking for Ortiz. He couldn't quite find it. The Ortiz makes it away. He's gonna
the Shadow Blade is so good on Morphling now, because even at its base, it still makes his waveform attacks do more damage, and you can turn it into a Silver Edge anyways, which is stats, which is what Morphling wants. So just so easy to itemize Morphling right now. If he finds anybody, they die.
All right, well, Pycat, he's looking for somebody. He's up at the top lane. He goes Shadow Blade again. He's maybe going to try to find Fear, who blows up a creep wave.
Very cool.
On the other side, Zai, they get the Courier. Arteezy gets it. He blinks out, but Zai's nearby with a Dream Coil and a Eula Scepter. And Arteezy, he is in trouble. He has no way of dealing with his side. Wayne Rift came in. He's going to have the Demonic Purge and Disruption. He has no TP, though, in Arteezy. They'll try to fight CCNC. He can do a lot of damage, but it's not nearly enough. And he'll get dropped down, and Optic will find yet another kill going their way.
I really like what Fear's doing with his techies here. He's blast-offing into a creep wave, and then he blinks back immediately afterwards. Kind of reminds me of a monkey use here. And he's buffed the damage as well, so it's doing 900 AoE damage, it sounds, for 7 seconds, and does 50% damage to himself, but he can very casually silence and deal a ton of damage in team fights now.
Man, I swear one day I'll catch one of these Ethereal Blade kills. It wasn't even an Ethereal Blade.
I didn't catch that one, man.
He just died instantly.
Does a lot of damage. It's the Shadow Blade advantage, man.
All right, can they finally go high ground now? I mean, there's only 2 mines here in the mid lane. They're going to know that in a moment. I'll drop a third one. It's actually Stasis Field, so...
Do they have the gem nearby, or is it Puck?
I think Puck has it. Yeah, so Puck's not here.
Not there.
Puck is bottom right now.
They'll scared.
They'll Cold Embrace the creep, which is nice. Mine's going to get dropped, but that's it. Tornado will come through, hitting on the creep wave, but again...
And we have 2 Morphlings, or 2 Medusas, that is.
Oh my god, that's insane.
So... God. It does up...
He's doing a lot of damage.
Actually. Yeah.
That's nuts. They have to live no crit for 13 seconds. They have Arteezy up now. And Optic. They'll Cold Embrace the Siege Creep, and DCNC will continue to take the damage. Pycat jumping in, Zai, and he's actually good at Stasis Field, but he's still fine for now.
In the meantime, Pycat's just pushing bot lane. This is kind of dangerous because maybe there could be mines here, but there actually aren't.
Yeah, this is
a
problem.
They lose their tower. They're going to lose almost 2.
Yeah, the tier 3 bottom is super low, and EG can't fight. They finally have crit up, but this is such a tough high ground defense. They don't have that much damage. 14k net worth deficit at this point. They need a Doom. They need a good hook. They need a lot of stuff here for EG to get a good, successful aggression play.
They need a lot more kills in the mid game, and it's been difficult for them to have that work out.
So Optic are taking a commanding control of this map all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fear needs to be a little more active with mines here. I was a little surprised there were so few mines, but like, for example, his remote mines are off cooldown right now. His Soul Ring is off cooldown right now. I think he's trying to put wards down, but I think that should be Crit's job here, because it's very clear your opponents are assaulting your base. He needs bombs to blow up to defend towers and stuff.
Yeah. Mines, not nearly enough of them, but we'll see if he can get that rectified here in a moment. There's an Aghanim Scepter for the Shadow Demon, so Break is now available for Arteezy.
Okay.
He's got a couple of charges as well to work with. This might be a good item. It might be what they need, but I feel like they still need a lot more, actually.
It's okay. I mean, you could do stuff like disable Split Shot. That's a really good passive to Break here. I don't think it'll turn off Mana Shield because that's not a passive. So we're talking basically Split Shot, Untouchable. Yep. It's also a very good slow. Having 3 charges of it, even without the Break, is always going to be valuable. So they can definitely do something really good with this for sure.
They could kite maybe something like Pycat. It's going to be tough, but especially with the Lincoln Sphere available as well. Speaking of which, they're going to head into Roshan. Optic are going to try to break the spell shield and go to work. In fact, they already have. But this is Aegis Cheese, and the problem here for EG is there is a ward right on top of their secret shop area.
Around. Here they come.
This is going to be a huge wraparound for Optic. Universe might show himself beforehand. Pycat doesn't spot him yet. They're looking for a target. It's going to be RTZ, the Dream Coil onto 2 from Zai. Waveform in. They have the Ethereal Blade. Good disruption to keep him alive for now, but not much longer. They can use the Winner's Curse as well. Doom comes in. Blast off. Pycat might be in trouble, but CCNC can clean this up. Universe is kind of alone. Tornado will come through. It will hit onto 3. Nicely done. The Sunstrike. It'll blow up 1. They need more damage, though. EG are about to lose their whole team. Sumail has been caught out. The Waiting Rift. The double kill. PBD. The impetus damage is real, and Universe is the sole survivor for EG. And yes, they got the Doom off on Pycat, but there's just too much damage coming in from these other heroes.
The initiation was just way too strong from Puck there, grabbing the 2 important supports, and after that happens, even dooming the Morphling was barely successful, only because of the nice combo from Sumail. He'll buy back and try to delay this here,
this Rax
but it's looking like we're going to see a Rax fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Tornado EMP will go, and that'll push CCN back potentially. He doesn't even feel that concerned at this point. He's just going. Cold Snap will come in. Universe, no Doom again. He's got a Purge creep. They don't need to stay for this melee Rax. They might. Looks like they'll back up for now. Zai's been caught. Eul Scepter will keep him alive. He can blink out the Sunstrike. He will make it away. Zai has been moving so damn well this game. He's had 2 deaths. I believe they all chatted after one of them. I'm not sure about the second one.
Twice, actually.
Yeah, that was.
We need the admin to check that. It's very important that we get a question.
Admin, Reginald. We'll find it out.
Moving back across the map again. I mean, they just keep getting advantage. It's only a ranged barracks here, but they don't really need to force this too hard. There's also still a shrine for EG that could be destroyed.
EG are hanging on to this game by a thread. 20K net worth deficit. Fear will move out first and foremost. He has a Blink Dagger. They might have spotted Kid Trike here. They're going to drop a ward down PP&D. They're all backing up to the tier 2 tower. It feels like they have an understanding of what's happening now. They'll even TP in the Morphling, so Optic. They're all sitting together. They're going to smoke up. They're not going to see him. They won't see them smoked up. EG, they'll just let them pass right by them. Sumail, he's about to get jumped on. He's going to take the tier 2 tower. Now he's running away. He knows this is troublesome.
Ooh,
and,
the
Dark Troll Summoner, RTZ in trouble. Disruption in the waveform won't bring him down, not yet, but still the Tornado. They will dodge it swiftly. Good blink from RTZ. Now the Demonic Purge coming up, but RTZ still slowed up by the Scotty. Still going to get dropped. The Meatball, the Sunstrike. They've got the hook as well. Maybe they can get this kill. The Blast Off Fear misses it. They needed the Blast Off. Universe is going to come in. CCNC getting chased down. They're going to have a way to stun out Universe, and now he's stopped.
They got to kill Medusa.
They've got to get this kill. Another Purge. Another Ethereal Blade. Universe is about to fall. 3 for 1 trade. They will get the Medusa eventually. RTZ blanks into the Rose Pit, but Universe is getting pelted by Impetus, and RTZ will do the same. A triple kill for PPD. The Enchantress has played so damn well this game, and Optic will find all 5 of EG.
It looks so good for EG at the start. There was all this focus on the Shadow Demon, but he gets out just barely. They turn the fight, but the blast off was off target. Fear didn't cancel it in time. He didn't re-aim it, and it whiffed, unfortunately. So they only get 1 kill. It was the Medusa. Yeah, and there's PPD. Claiming it, man.
Don't kick him while he's down, man. 3 farming cores, hits, creeps, wins game. Thank you. All right, RTZ.
Yeah. RTZ has been farming in a pretty incredible amount. Go wild.
I was gonna say no. You got there before I did. It is a lot of all chat as these 2 teams know each other pretty damn well, but it is going to be 1 set of racks falling at tier 3 in the bottom lane. It's going to get dropped as well. EG still aren't out of this, but they have a 25K net worth deficit. Pycat just got Aegis. Oh my god. This is rough. This is some rough stuff. This is... Oh my god.
It was a good day to have a flame your opponent's challenge, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
We did not plan this one. It was just
happened to coincide.
Or in the bounty thread. Please make more terrible suggestions so we can find the good ones too.
Agreed. All right, EG, they'll look for target. Zai is able to get out. Remember, he has 2 deaths. Pycat will wait for him away. They've got the Demonic Purge and the Doom. He has Aegis and Cheese, mind you, and he's morphing. He's actually morphing so much, but he's still going to get taken down. No more Dooms available, but they might be able to get him twice. That's just the Aegis. He's got Cheese. There's a Winter Curse, but it's not doing that much damage. Meatball is going to get dropped. Pycat is getting blowing away. He's going to get definitely blasted, but he will get saved. I think the Disruption coming out as well in Universe. They're going to have a Cold Embrace on top of it, and he will be able to make it out. 2 for nothing trade. He got so low, but just not enough damage coming in from EG. Not yet. Fear still has the blast off. No, down for 10 seconds.
He's dropping his items, dude.
Down, and yeah, this is going to be it. Sumail dropping the items. RTZ as well. Wow. Triple kill for Zai. They're going to GG here in a moment as the tier 4s are going down. But Optic, great first game for them. Fantastic first game overall.
Oh, he's
RTZ, he's trying to get his items back. He can't get him. Disruption coming in.
And all right. That's like 8 seconds.
We have a disconnect from Sumail. They're unpausing immediately. Report Blue says CCNC. This is just game 1 of this best of 3 series. I cannot wait to see what happens in game number 2. This was outstanding. Oh my god.
Interesting to spend 8 Moonbucks at the last moment to pause it, but was it?
Frog.
Oh, it was an auto pause. I see.
Because he disconnected. Okay. Yeah, Sumail disconnected.
All right. No Moonbucks spent for the pause. That was the auto. Okay.
That's the auto pause.
All right, we'll let that one ride.
Yes.
Interesting game, for sure.
Slaughter. Bristleback. Omni Knight. Shadow Fiend. Rubik.
Puck.
Dazzle.
Ogre Magi.
You're not very smart.
What are you talking? He's so smart. That's a mid dazzle.
Yeah,
Have we ever seen this in Pro Dota?
It's true. I just don't want to give Suns fan.
All right, that's fine. Oh, they're moving their courier across the map.
Oh, here we
Could
go.
this be a Cluck Cluck?
It's happening again.
You want
Real quick.
secret info, by the way. CCNC's current Steam name is Cluck Cluck. This could be the Cluck Cluck moment we've all been waiting for.
Crit's already up here pretty much. He's going to drop a ward down as well. This they need to be a little bit careful. CC is going to walk up. He starts out with a null toss, but he's a mid dazzle for sure.
I mean,
the Roche pit now in Optic. They're going to set up. Where's the courier though?
It's waiting at the tier 2. It's considering to come in. That's actually something they can't smoke, so the ward will see it coming. And the other. Yeah. I mean, they could go in the pit anyways, but I think the crucial thing is that Optic's level 1 is way better than EG's. It's nice, and they move it in. Where's the type? Get ready to start the timer.
It's already in, so
it's in the pick, but all right, there it is. Start the timer.
All right, 23.
It was 23 in game.
24, 23 started. So hopefully you got this covered.
They gotta go 21 seconds past the bounty rune spawn, and then they get the reward.
Okay, good.
I like how they're playing this. They're sitting really wide here. They're choosing Universe to flame here. They were not successful. They missed one hero flame in the previous game against Fear. So they got 21 seconds here. EG's kind of getting close here.
I mean, the level 1 from Optic, like, so good. Yeah, I don't think they can give out. Maybe they have to crit John's in, which is, by the way, crit buff. It's going to be huge. Optic, they only need to survive a few seconds longer, and that is going to do it. It looks like maybe try for the John, he can't even go in, and that's it. It looks like Optic will be successful. We should tell them as well.
I think they're sure.
DBD, Lucior can jump in. He might jump through, he decides against runs instead of the high ground here. Gonna no Lucior, he drops the ward, which will almost get more than if they have any here. They'll be they're rotating mid now, and CC. He's got Shadow Wave on one, so the mid rotate is survivable, but getting trial-aid against here now. God.
They are definitely. There's going to be some all chat here, no matter what happens here. I'm curious how this Dazzle Core thing's going to work out. He gets a 60 damage perk at 10. Then either Shadow Wave or Cast Range at 15. So hypothetically at 10, he could be pretty raw damage dealer. Maybe we'll see Deso, maybe a Medallion with Omni in trouble on the top lane though. He's getting a heal off here.
Now shift. They have a clear person, 3 seconds. Good body block. Track. There's the Ray Fire Blast. With all this up as well. There it is. They need more damage. You got no purification to work with. It's time to pull down. Optic with 4 random lineup purge are going to get these.
Ooh, there's the flame. There it is. Yeah. That's one of those painful moments where you're trying to pressure your opponents. They disable you within tower range, and the tower starts hitting you. So tough there for Zai. So it does cost him a mango on the top lane to secure that universe kill on the Omni Knight. But every Omni Knight kill you get before he picks up like level 3 is super valuable because you do not want to have to deal with level 2 purification, keeping him alive. They're going to fight for the bounty rune. This is going to be an easy grab here for Optic. I think they could have gotten him, but I think PPD wasn't 100% sure if he would have Repel, so he didn't go for the Ignite. But I think they could have worked him down, it just would have taken a lot of effort. Maybe just safer to back off.
Kind of a tough beat.
I mean, it's not even a bad hero, really. Dazzle's high base damage. He can nuke with Shadow Wave, so he can actually be competitive against SF here. Can do some damage to crit.
Taking a lot of damage, like double damage. Now Smell will take a hit or two.
Yeah, he's a little misuse on the poison touch. It's got a really long cooldown now, so you want to use it when you're chasing people for a very long distance. But ultimately, I think Dazzle's going to be completely fine here in the lane. And even once Shadow Fiend gets souls, he can still be competitive using Shadow Wave.
I wanted to talk about it, but
The support puck, or one of the other really weird things. Well, Bristleback gonna get stunned a little bit. I mean, the randoms were really not that bad. They don't have anything that looks bizarre except for the Dazzle mid. I think EG's lineup's way weirder with a support puck. Like, what is that? I mean, maybe support Omni Knight would make more sense, but EG's just looking at the draft and deciding that it's probably better to ensure that Omni Knight has levels in gold versus puck, I guess. Who knows? Yeah, we've definitely seen that aspect so far.
Especially game 1 was pretty crazy back and forth action. It's not that much. There's only 3 kills so far. There's more action to get last game.
Do you have any mind game ideas? Why would they choose Universe? This is 2 games in a row now they've chosen Universe as the Flame. Does this reveal something? Is he the sensitive to Flame player?
I feel like Universe, but Universe is about to spread off and
I mean, that's what it seems like, right? His play is so consistent that, and he's so good as well, that surely he wouldn't be affected by that, but maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, over Arteezy, surely Arteezy would be prone?
Maybe they just feel like the kill Universe is easier, but again, that's kind of
Yeah, that could be it. It's a lot to think about here. Could be a lot of extra Moonbucks Optic Gaming in this game, between the randoms and the challenges.
They've made so much money already. Just one of the lights. So far, they've been successful with. This is a great start. They're up 2-1 into kills. This is something very long top with a great fire life. Fire life as well. Got it's still rather tanky. He's going to get chased down again. Slowly diving. Great fire blast. Faithful coming. You tell me he's taking the tower hits. He's going to fall. It's a 1-for-1 trade in Optic now. I think they're still happy with that trade despite losing. But still, super news.
Real strong words coming from CC. Somebody posted on that, put that on Reddit. Come on. Very, very clear, unacceptable behavior coming out of Optic Gaming. How dare they? Super noob. So it looks like Slaughter now going to rotate to the off lane. Arteezy hasn't been pressured very much here. Zai's lacking mana, but he does have a Soul Ring, so he could do a bit of a long chase here, going after Arteezy. But he's also got a 10-stick wand, so that's just ungankable lane at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it looks like CC is actually having a lot of trouble last hitting right now, but Sumail comes in. He's got to be careful. Yeah. And it looks like the SF does have just a commanding lead now because he can double raise way more often than Dazzle can actually do Shadow Waves. And he's actually going to max Shadow Poison first. Kind of an interesting option here. The duration goes up a lot, the cooldown goes down. It's just, it levels very, very well if you're a core. It's kind of what it's looking like. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on the Deso. It's really expensive. It does increase your survivability. I think the obvious one is Medallion. He's going to buy at least a Medallion at some point, most likely after the treads.
Trick is only level 2 though on this Slaughter. They'll try to find this. Notice rather take it. Nice thing through there. Fire life, range drop, block most of the damage. They'll drive the TPO. He's not gonna make it. He will get dropped like Kid Drake in the last thing. There's one more auto tech that he dropped. Now can he make it away? The Slaughter gets level 3 off of that. He's gonna head to the north. He's gonna head back to this top lane.
It's gonna be trading hits here, and Pykat's got to be a little careful. He has maxed out his stun mostly, so trading hits is not going to be the best for him, especially because Omni Knight can just easily pop Purification. That's always going to be a bad trade against a melee hero. So tough lane for Pycat at this point. It basically forces him to have his support semi-nearby to even deal with the Omni Knight. Even though the first 2 lanes were a bit tough for Universe now, he's almost level 6 already. It's like an insane advantage. So now Pycat is just going to constantly need help, most likely, to stay at a decent HP in this lane.
He does have ready dying, or rather he's ready for you. Ready for Pycat dying. He might lose his... Bro, I feel like...
Easily. Like, the lifesteal is never going to offset what Purify provides. in terms of like HP and damage swings. So it's a tough lane for Pycat at this point. You do not want to trade your reincarnation just to survive a death. You want to take a team fight or a gank where it's used to get you a kill at the least. Crit might take a little bit of pressure here. Will we see a stun? Nope. He's just trying to trade for runes, and he does end up grabbing the regen. Took some damage though, so won't actually give him that much advantage.
Shadowwave, do they have great available? They don't even need it. It looks like 3 questions. It's the Nail's dive is too empty. Pretty much underneath that tier 1 tower, and the rotations become immediate from Optic with that big kill.
Yeah, really good rotation there. With the level 4 poison touch now, it's doing 40 physical damage per second for 7 seconds. And the buff gets refreshed if you attack the hero. So they can keep this buff on somebody pretty much permanently if it's a solo hero. So until like Sven or Shadow Fiend get a BKB, they're going to be slowed very heavily here. Look at this, he's just right-clicking him.
Poison touch has gone again. Doesn't work right level 3. Wow, Zai taking H. Dragon, I think Zai all of a sudden is now top in the net worth for his team.
Yeah.
Bristleback when stacks, that's...
Yeah, it's a very normal thing to do on Bristleback, and it's going to be great for him to have this because he's like the one hero that can deal with the Shadow Fiend damage easily. I mean, imagine if you have Bristleback really tanky in the front line and he keeps hitting the heroes that get poison touched. And that's another change with Poison Touch. It's like a cone spell now. You can hit creeps with it. Yeah. You can hit multiple heroes. So if you have somebody tanky in the front line like Wraith King Bristleback, and maybe Wraith King goes like Armlet Radiance or something, or maybe Bristle gets Radiance, it's going to be really tough for EG to stop those heroes from running at him.
Yeah. Meantime, bottom lane, we have 5 for CC. Crit is taking one. John through Crit might just... One defense will come out, but again, they're not.
Yep. He'll be alright. It's going to run out. He'll be fine. He can TP if he really needs to. He'll actually even steal Bounty Rune. Kind of behind enemy line stuff, and he's still under-leveled here. Doesn't have 6, or isn't even that close to 6, but we'll be able to escape here, away from PPD. No problem. Okay, yeah, interesting. It stacks a little bit harder than it did before. I would say moderately harder than it did before. Look, Crit in trouble. Fear's got a good steal here. He's got the Hellfire Blast. Oh, doesn't even need it. He's got phase 2. This is good. Yeah. This is a very common move to put the typically tanky offlane hero in the lane that you're expecting your opponents to pressure, and then you let your cores do stuff in other lanes. In the meantime, CNC takes a tier 1 tower in the safe lane. All of those EG heroes rotate to try to get a kill on the Bristle because of that overdive, but the smart thing was that Optic instantly ditched. As soon as they got that puck pressure and things didn't work out, everybody left, and Optic continued getting farm on the map. So they got a lot of advantage from that small moment of time. PPD's
Not fast enough.
That's what the play is all about, is can you get the triple raise off on people in the early game now. And with Fear nearby, with Telekinesis and a second stun of Wraithfire, like this is a perfect Rubik situation. Anytime you can steal another stun or another nuke from a hero, it's going to be just straightforward. And he's going to do that consistently because Wraith King's like the easiest hero to steal from. Okay. Well, I think so, or the creep hit, but Fear could have easily used Fade Bolt, but he didn't. Yeah, really nice catch there. And that's one of the tough things about split pushing on a hero like Dazzle, is that you're not naturally tanky, you're not naturally survivable, and his only solution is basically to run faster than your opponents. And if you're by yourself, that's going to be too hard. PPD does pop a smoke nearby though, grabs the Slardar. Slardar is not 6 yet, but they're going to check the jungle for RTZ. And on the bright side, Dazzle did a pretty good amount of damage to him. They do see where he is. Alright, they're gonna catch him. Oh!
Double race on his eye, taking a lot of damage with his Vanguard. He has 13 Wanderers, he will back up for now. She's still chasing him. Let's go auto attack him. You're gonna destroy him. One more auto attack, one more race. He's got Raise Firefly. They get the kill. They're turning around. He might be nice. Still no Graves. Chris Wayne rifted. He's got the True Claw on 5 ticks as well. Still chasing down the Raise. The auto attack damage from Crit. More than enough to get the kill. That is 3 dead for Optic. Diving too deep. Trying to be EG around instantly.
Really tough for OG, Optic Gaming for not having Grave. I feel like if they Grave the Bristle back there, that Bristle could get like at least 3 more quills off in that fight, maybe buy him some time to live, but with no Grave coming out, he just goes down right at the start of the fight and becomes this chase down the opponent's thing. That's the thing about having tanky frontliners. They have to be alive and they have to be difficult to kill, otherwise it's going to be really tough for your team once one of them falls. So, a little bit rough there, but I can understand why CCNC hasn't bothered to skill it yet. He was, I'm sure, planning to do it at level 11, but maybe he should have sacrificed 1 skill point, another Poison Touch, or Shadow Wave to make that happen. He could use it on himself, he could have maybe used it in that situation as well.
Yeah, like you mentioned. No, the big thing is, not only they fight, but they get all 2 pins.
What's the green room do again?
Yeah, absolutely. He's top net worth, he's getting a little bit out of control. Pycat's not really able to catch up, but he's going to get into some fights now. Oh, the damage.
Corrosive Haze, very nicely done from Optic. They will at least get that 1 big kill, but they will still lose 3, including Zion getting chased earlier.
It was actually Weave that was lowering his armor that much. A huge bomb from Shadow Wave, and they got to defend this tier 1, but there's 3 alive heroes on EG, and they deal a lot more damage and in easier ways than a Dazzle and a Slardar together. But that looked like a terrible fight for Optic Gaming. Wraith King started the fight, his ultimate was still on cooldown for 80 seconds, and that's a dangerous place to be as a Wraith King. They equalized a little bit. It's a 2k advantage now for EG. Seems the puck pick is the definer of Midas mode so far.
Expensive for a reason. Even as sport buggies.
Yeah, and by the time he gets Blink Dagger, is this it? No, it isn't actually. He's going to go Tranquils first to give him a pseudo Blink Dagger.
All right.
Just going to walk a little faster. Yeah. Fear as well, he's 3-0-3 right now. I mean, all the EG players have really good KDAs. The only person that's slightly struggling really is, what, Universe and Sumail, but it doesn't matter anymore. That was just the laning stage stuff. Like, his net worth is matching the Wraith Kings now, so Sumail doesn't care what happened in the early game.
Yeah. Right where he
Well, they have so much minus armor between Dazzle and Slardar. I think it's definitely possible, especially if they do chain stuns. Kind of depends on Wraith King as well. They've got some options here. They have some late game damage scaling, and even though they have like a mid puck or a mid Dazzle and all, they've still got Bloodlust. That kind of turns any hero into a core. And Dazzle's got plus 60 damage perk. He's actually going to hit pretty hard right now.
Yeah, he's got the... Well, this is what
Real fast. Yeah. I don't even know if they realize, to be honest. This is just the most perfect like Roche strat I've seen in a long time. Oh, the damage!
He got the Aegis. That's his second life. He's got 3 to work with it. CCNC is getting chased down as well. They took him with a big crush, but now Fly gets killed. And even more.
Oh my God.
They took him down 3 times in a row. Not once, Not twice, but 3 times.
And he got jumped on at the start of the fight as well. Unfortunately, Zai not there at the team fight. I just don't think he was expecting it because it seemed like his team was going to grab it instantly. But they tried to take a fight, things got weird, and the important thing was Sven jumping in, cleaving and damaging like 3 heroes at the same time. It was incredibly impactful in that team fight. Completely ended at the start. Yeah, I think you're right. And then disappearing, yeah.
Exactly, and then you realize, okay,
Dire's top tower is under
That's for
attack.
me.
they're probably...
Yeah, and ultimately it works out for him though. Win a big team fight afterwards. 5k gold advantage now for the by far more traditional EG draft, except for the whole support fuck thing. And they've got to rely on somebody to win the team fights better. I think it's going to have to be Zai here. He's got a Vanguard and a Pipe picked up. He's very survivable at this point. Now he's just got to worry about raw armor, I think, and that's why he's going to go for a Solar Crest.
This is where things get scary. Universe has kind of just been farming in. A lot of big items are...
Yeah, on the bright side for Optic Gaming in the long run, Sven usually peaks around 30, 40 minutes or something like that. So if they go ultra late game, I feel like Wraith King could be extremely competitive with him, especially because he has a free lifesteal skill and a free crit skill. So it's like you kind of get 2 free items in the ultra late game. But getting to that point is going to be a little bit tough here for him. It's going Maelstrom as well. Interesting build. Yes. And it's magic damage as well, so if they have a lot of armor, it'll be effective. You could also get lucky and do things like interrupt blinks with a lucky Maelstrom jump or something like that. So there's definitely some good things about it, but he still doesn't have very much mobility himself, and that can certainly be an issue. Other than Bloodlust, of course.
Both teams are going to take their enemies safe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
No point to delay that for 5 seconds. They could save it for something more important here. So Optic Gaming kind of still playing in the enemy jungle, similar as last game, but they don't have control of the other half of the map. So basically both teams just trading jungles at this point. But with Sumail being up here, I think there's a high chance he'll be able to take this tier 2 also, or pressure it. And with between BOTs and Blink Dagger, there's not the best lockdown of Optic Gaming. It's basically Slardar Blink, followed by whatever Ogre can follow up with. So that's a big advantage for them. Can they catch Fear, though? Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep. Right, we'll leave Sumail. White chase.
Yeah. Decent movements for them. Still losing the gold advantage, but it's getting a little better. Bristle changing things a bit, going for a play mill instantly, rather than the medallion into Solar Crest, and he's going to try to rush his Shivas, which I think is a good move here. Even if it doesn't give you the most damage compared to an AC, the important thing is that he wants a lot of mana, and he wants to reduce the attack speed of his opponents. And between Sven and Shadow Fiend, I think that's a really good plan. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. They did us so good. Fear blinks in, stuns Bristle to his face, hits him a bunch of times, and right when the stun ends, they lift him again. So Arteezy basically... Was it even Bristleback? I couldn't tell. It was Bristle knows that. No, he just, that was really bad. I'm so sorry I said that. It was not even close to fun. Well, I hope he wasn't watching. Hopefully he was snoozing during this moment. Haven't seen too much from Wraith King Skeletons so far. I've seen him using them for Ancients and stuff, but... Ooh, Blink Dodge there by Fear. Yeah.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Stealing some good skills too. I'm sure he'd love to get Wraithfire Blast again, if possible, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, any stun basically. Something he can follow up with telekinesis gives him a lot more tools to make kills happen for his team. Puck's pushing top in the meantime. He's almost at Blink Dagger.
Under attack.
It was a great follow-up by Slardar. They knew that they were going to be able to kill Rubik. They just wanted the follow-up. But it actually took so long to kill Rubik that by the time he was done, Sumail was able to get out of there. So either way, still a great catch for them. Any kill when you're losing is going to give you a lot of gold. And also, because Fear was owning, that's a dominating streak, actually. Goes to CC, and he's going to be going for a Hurricane Pike as his first major item. A little bit weird.
But, I mean, you talked about this, like, what else do you build in Assassin? Well, apparently he's building.
Okay, that's kind of weird because he's also got minus armor. But the cool part is that it's going to make him farm a lot faster. He'll push waves more rapidly. And again, with Sven Warcry, he's not going to have to worry about... Because if they go all in on this minus armor stuff and their opponents just build a lot of armor items, they don't do damage anyways. Because at some point, there's more armor. Turns his back at least. Oh, they're fighting.
Here's Podcast. Universe is down there. Where's the old champion? Now the ones are going down the bounce inside will drop though. It'll be a 2-for-1 trade for Sumail getting the naked debris. That is huge. Almost turned it there. That was toxic, but find more if he's going to get caught hard taking. He has strong hammer more than enough damage to get that kill. And suddenly just 3-for-1 trade.
I think they completely forgot about the challenge. Bad manners are just not in Optic Gaming's playbook. Apparently, it's just not something that comes naturally, you know. But this game's a big deal for EG here. They lost the first game. They need to win this one. I mean, Optic Gaming is definitely kind of throwing this one to the wind a little bit when they picked 4 randoms, but because they're clearly just trying to pad the Moonbuck bank. But well, I think it's pretty safe to say they messed up their challenge. They forgot. I think it's like 20 seconds, I believe.
There is no challenge.
It's okay. Well, if they lose here, they'll get another chance later, and they have 2 series that they're playing today. So you're right. So they still made a lot of Moonbucks this game.
Especially in this game alone, they made some.
So
they would like to win, and that's it's nice.
Yeah. And they definitely can still win here. Wraith King has finished his Maelstrom. He's got a Blink Dagger as well, so he's nicely mobile, and he'll be going for an AC next. So the team is going to have a lot of armor, a lot of AoE attack speed. That should be very effective, especially if... one interesting thing about this build that Sumail's doing, it's very good spell amp-wise, but generally it doesn't help you become this monster late game, except for just kind of nuking people down. So there might be this super late game scenario where Optic Gaming has Weave, Aura, and they have Lifesteal, and they have AC, and they have so many auras that they just have too much HP damage survivability kind of stuff. So it could be a little all-in on Sven here as we get ultra late game, or force Sumail to change his build a little bit and go a different way.
Yeah, ways away.
Yes. What a dodge.
He will probably go.
Yeah, most likely. The evasion's really good too, though. I must say, that's a hard question, but I feel like you definitely go the raise damage if you're going Spell Amp and Veil and all this stuff. We'll see what he goes for. It's fun to see the new Shadow Fiend being played. Yeah. It looks like EG is thinking about going for Roche. They've got Universe sitting in the pit right now, waiting for the respawn. It's not quite up, about 15 seconds left on that. And once that's up, I could definitely see EG want to take that advantage over their opponents, because their opponents take Aegis so fast that they just can't let them get it for free. It's more like if they don't put effort into killing it, there's going to be an opportunity somewhere where Optic Gaming can spend 50 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever the timer is with the low armor to kill it. So they've got to be proactive here. They see it spawn, they may go for it now. mean, it's tough though. Their opponents have a big gold advantage. They're very mobile, very offensively mobile as well, so it's dangerous if they get on top of you. So I think that's just something that Optic Gaming has to put up with, unfortunately, for them. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just dangerous for Optic Gaming to even pressure that lane. I think they're kind of worried about the Shrine, among other things. And even pushing that lane, the only farm that's available to you is basically just the creep wave, once you get past your side of the map. So I think it's just not a big priority here if they want to also game. Because they've definitely done some pressure on Optic Gaming's side. They're looking for core pickoffs in the enemy jungle, but it just hasn't quite worked out in their favor yet. Yeah. There's definitely been some effort, though, I must say. It just hasn't quite happened.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And Cheese and Aegis especially is the big one. Very tough. First cliff popped. I mean, Aegis is on Shadowfiend. He's sitting in the mid lane, so hypothetically, if he gets gone on, his team can TP and back him up. So they're actually getting kind of two objectives at the same time. Shadowfiend's farming independently with no issue. He can TP in with BOTs. This is just a really good situation for EG here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, it's clear he's going to go all in on magic damage. Really fun to see. Here comes the defense, so Optic comes in. Berselback's going to do some damage. Oh, the stun! It's not. Did they type it? Careful, careful. You're a little early, Mod. I know you're excited and all, but that was 5-man white, but the game is not over yet. That's at least one barracks going down at the minimum. There was very little semblance of a team fight that I saw at Optic Gaming there. The stun on 2 heroes was wonderful and looked good, but I think even the Grave on Wraith King wasn't the best thing. I'm not even sure. I feel like it would have been better if they let him die earlier to slow, because their opponents were running them down and they needed to prevent that from happening, but they just got completely shut down, especially with who was it, Fear jumping in with Slithering Crush, grabbing a great AoE stun. All right, Mott, go crazy. Game 3, Yeah. It's very safe to say that EG had by far the more conventional draft. The mid Dazzle, it looked kind of cool, but it just does not scale very well. You don't have any natural stuns, so you're kind of working from a weird place. That's pretty much every time that you try doing Dazzle Core. It doesn't work out the best, unless your opponents don't buy Dust and you can get away with a Shadow Blade for like 40 minutes in biz. So, yeah, EG takes the win. That we're going to a game 3.
Yeah, and the thing is also...
alchemist.
Rubik. Morphling. I speak for the trees. Chaos Knight. Shadow Demon. Spirit Breaker.
Timber Saw.
Nirana.
Hello, Dota TV.
Hi, Dota TV. I love you.
Always lying, Dylan. Trick you.
What? Thank you so much, guys. We are into the serious time now as it's game 3. Both of these teams not messing around other than Crit's Alchemist in the draft. A lot of super serious picks here coming in between these two teams. Again, game 3. Purge, who do you like more in terms of the draft right now?
Well, I think the Optic draft is a little bit more coordinated, I suppose. You know, they're playing to win here. They spent a lot of Moonbucks in the draft. I think that's maybe one of the highest cost drafts we've seen all tournaments so far.
I think so, yeah.
But that's because this game is the set win. If you win this match, you win the set. That's a huge advantage going through the group stage. You only get to play 3 sets total. And something else kind of interesting was the support Alchemist, but it did get some changes in the last patch. You can get a -5 second unstable concoction cooldown perk at 10.
Yes.
So that'll put you down to an 11 second, 4-second max stun, AoE stun. That could be really good from a support player.
Yeah, absolutely. Physical damage as well, so it helps with the acid spray, and just getting some armor reduction might help with it too. That's what we used to see a couple years ago, maybe back around MLG Columbus. We saw a lot of support alchemists. They would get medallions, they would go roam, they'd have good unstable concoction damage, so there's still potential that this hero could be good as a support right now.
Absolutely. He went pretty greedy here, boots his speed with a Tango and a Clarity. And then he's just going to have to rely on Rubik spending a lot of money on support items, I suppose. Or maybe he'll shift later. We'll see. I definitely agree with the fast boots on him if he is going to be playing roaming support. Because it'll help him be more effective with those disables and everything.
Charge. They've seen Fear. They're going to go for this. PPD also has Disruption available. Fear is going to get the telekinesis off as he runs in. And now they're going to turn it on to PPD. Disruption will keep the Alk away for now. KidTrack's going to try to bodyguard PPD. But they're in some trouble here. Unstable Concoction's about to go. Crit will hit this up momentarily. They're going to find this kill more than likely. Maybe he has a charge. He might be able to charge away. No. Not able to do so, and Crit will secure first blood onto KidTrack.
And the interesting thing for Optic Gaming there is they didn't even need to take that fight. They could have just simply grabbed bounty runes and gotten out. I think that's why they went aggressive. They were expecting a core out.
Yeah.
I guess not. They saw the draft screen, but I guess level 1 Morphling is definitely somebody you can pressure, because if he has Waveform, he does no damage, and if he has Attribute Shift, then he doesn't have Waveform and can only simply right-click. So they made it work here. Zai's going to get the pull off, and he's going to be guaranteed some experience in last hits here.
They will charge back down bottom. Crit trying to maybe zone out the rest of KidTrack and PPD. They're going to be pushed across the river. So they're trying with some aggressive trialing shenanigans at the beginning of this game. I don't know if that stays. I think they're going to just leave with the roaming Spirit Breaker, maybe even PPD as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going to move around. They'll put Spirit Breaker on the top lane now. If Pycat on the Chaos Knight has to lane against the Nature's Prophet for the whole laning stage, he's going to have a tough time, because with only regular Stout Shield, these treants do a lot of damage to heroes now.
Yeah. Meantime, mid lane, Sumail is kind of getting chased down by PPD. He has the Disruption. They want to set up for the arrow. Obviously, that combination of heroes is really good at securing kills, even in the early game.
And
now,
it's so easy, too. Like, all you need to do is be there and disrupt at the right time, and the arrow will stun.
Bottom lane, unstable concoction. Zai's pretty tanky, not tanky enough. The waveform, one more auto attack will do the job, and Arteezy secures the second kill for Evil Geniuses here in this third game.
Really easy pickup. Pretty much full agility morphed here. They've got 2 stuns and a lot of damage.
Top laner's going to try to make something happen for Optic as well. They've got the block from KidTrack. They should have Chaos Bolt. They've got the Reality Rift. They don't want to use the Chaos Bolt, they don't have to, and they will get the kill with Pycat getting the last auto attack. So Optic, they also secure an off-lane kill on one of these heroes.
That's kind of weird. Did he stun him with charge? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think so. I think he charged in, and then they disrupted or something along those lines.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looked like he was kind of standing still there. Maybe I missed it, though.
He was blocked, I think, by the illusions, and he was blocked in for a moment, I believe.
I assumed he would just teleport, but I guess he couldn't, because the Spirit Breaker could have just used charge. So.
And they were holding Pycat stun the entire time.
Okay, that makes perfect sense then. Yeah, just really good gank.
Yes.
Doing the smart things to ensure that there's no way that the Prophet gets out. So basically, Optic has easier rotations. Is kind of what it looks like. A Spirit Breaker can charge mid and get a kill. They can disrupt mid and you get a kill. And when you're in this kind of a situation as a lineup, it gives you so many gank options that it's harder for your opponents to predict where you'll be. which means higher chance of being successful. They go in on mid. Sumail used
they should have arrow.
Astral.
They're going to leap through. Starstorm will come in. Sumail used Astral aggressively like you're talking about. CCNC, another leap coming in. Should have an arrow ready if he wants to use it. And it's going to be a regen run if he can get to it, but he cannot. He was so close, but it was one more auto attack for CCNC, and now he'll get a regen room himself. How fortuitous.
So close. If he didn't kill him with that last auto attack, Sumail actually would have gotten the regen and probably healed up and maybe survived as well. That was insanely close there.
Yes, very good attempt from Sumail, but he will in fact go down. We will have the Alchemist scaling up into Greevil's Greed at level 2, surprisingly enough.
That's so worth
Not
it.
going for the Acid
Because
Spray.
Acid Spray is really mana expensive, and if he gets Greevil's Greed and he gets a double bounty, that's a lot of extra gold.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to play around bounty runes this game. It's even easier now because the bounties are close. It's one of the big changes, I suppose. But I didn't think about it from a support Alch perspective. It makes a lot of sense right now.
Yeah, Crit's going to get some good farm in this game more than likely, and zoning out Zai is his job for now. In the meantime, though, again, like you talked about, these rotations from the Optic supports are going to be a lot easier and probably more successful, one would assume.
Yeah, and Universe is going to pull the creep wave away to the safety of his own bounty rune spot. A lot easier there than playing near the Chaos Knight. So Chaos Knight's basically in a solo free lane at this point, but he's going to have to fight creeps, so it's not all perfect.
Yeah, but he is doing well in terms of fighting those creeps. 21 last hits, 5 denies. He's top of the CS. Arteezy sitting second. And yeah, they're talking about it. PPD is ready for a disruption. The charge will come in. They have the Soul Catcher. They need to disrupt now, I believe. They're going to go for it, and CCNC will set up for the arrow. He will throw it. He will hit it, and they're going to have Universe TPing in Starstorm. They want Sumail, they want to get out. Kitrex is getting body blocked by Universe's Trance, but I don't know if they can go for this. In fact, he will get away, and CCNC will zone him out using his own auto attack damage. So again, Optic's rotation so far, so good.
Yeah, that was a little surprising because they did spot the Shadow Demon rotating. They had the rune, the ward at the bot rune. They see the Shadow Demon coming mid. I just don't think they were anticipating the Spirit Breaker charge at the same time. So yeah, I think he thought he was safe, but the disruption was enough to buy them some time. And
I mean,
Crit's gonna have to sit behind him.
Honestly, this is great for Optic. They don't need the support's top lane. He can get farm on his own. The CK even can just outlane other heroes. But maybe the real problem for Optic is going to be Zion. The bottom lane, only 4 last hits for him, and Universe hitting 11. So that is really the issue for Optic at this point. But they have the Spirit Breaker to help him bottom.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. I mean, he's getting some levels, but he will definitely have to be a little careful about dealing with Arteezy at some point because he's dealing a lot of physical damage even with the reactive armor. And the other problem with that gank happening successfully mid is that Crit only got 1 bounty rune engagement. So despite the lane starting off really good for him, he's now stagnating a little bit the last few minutes, even though he's sitting on 1,000 gold. He's very rich.
Yep. He is very rich. He has boots already, so he will get up to that medallion rather quickly. We talked about that. That's of course the item to go for on a support out. They're going to have the unstable concoction. It's going to hit Zai's already the tree line. The waveform plus the auto attack from Arteezy will secure that kill. So Zai again still having a tough time in this bottom lane.
It's just so simple. That many stuns and that many nukes. One of the best things about Morphling, in my opinion, is he contributes really well to a tri-lane as a carry, just because with waveform, you can reposition your hero while dealing a nuke. So if you hit that hard, as Morphling does, it's like a lot of really strong right clicks comboed with your allies. Works really well. They're going to spot PPD here. They could probably kill him. But
they have Kittrek coming in. They have Zion rotating in as well. In fact, Arteezy is going to be the one that backs up. Waveform is done. He does have the attribute shift ready to go. Morphling will back himself up to the tier 1 tower. Kittrek thinking about diving for a moment there, probably thinking better of it, and deciding to move somewhere else.
It does cost Arteezy some mana, so he's a little bit limited on waveform now, but he'll work on an Aquila and get that fixed up in a bit.
Sumail is being charged. I don't think he knows. In fact, he's about to get hit up. No, wait. Kittrek stopped. He decided not to go under the tower.
I think it's because CCNC is too low on mana here. You can do like 1 Starstorm, 1 Leap, but that is not the amount of mana you want to play around with to try to kill an OD at full HP. So I think that was absolutely the right call here. They'll get a Shrine and maybe they'll give it another shot.
Yeah, that's exactly what CCNC is doing. He's going to head to the Shrine real quick, maybe head back to that mid lane. Right now, he's ahead of the net worth of the OD by about 50. In fact, it's very close. It's a very close mid lane match between these two heroes.
Yeah, the only hero that's having a really easy time is basically just Pycat on the Chaos Knight. But with that said, the Morphling's farm is very comparable, and that's just because he's been a part of more ganks. But his safety in lane is not even close to the same. He's got to deal with supports in his lane, he's got to deal with the Timbersaw always being there, so it's definitely a little bit scarier for him.
Unstable Concoction, and Crit was here. They didn't notice that they have an arrow, but CCNC is already really low, and so Crit is able to zone them out successfully and make sure that they don't get that kill.
They're diving Arteezy.
Bottom lane, Arteezy is going to use the attribute shift, get some strength going. He's got 43 of it now. Bycat has popped the Phantasm, and Fear is in some serious trouble. Reality Rift will come in, but there's the Chaos Bolt. He got the illusion instead. Fear, 1 more auto attack, and Pycat will get the job done. Yes, he's low on mana, but now they can successfully push this tier 1 tower bottom here, Purge.
And Morphling's actually just going to shift to the top lane now. He actually can't sustain the pressure. One of the negatives of the heroes, he contributes pretty well to the tri-lane, but he can't actually sustain that much damage, that much harass. He runs out of regen pretty fast, even before he gets his Ring of Health, for example. So they're rotating top and deal some damage to Zai here.
Yeah, he might be in trouble. He's a little bit low on mana as well. No stick charges.
It's all about pushing the lane at this point. Oh, they're going to go for the dive. They block him in. This is so bad.
He's blocked. Arteezy, beautifully done. He's got the Quelling Blade to get through. Now more trans coming in. Optic Zai needs some help. He's got another tree. They've got the Sprout. They've got Telekinesis ready. They're going to use it. Fable was already used. The Waveform. It took them a lot to get the kill, but EG will finally take down this Timbersaw again.
Play from Arteezy there. Just blocks him right in with the treants, and took a long time for Zai to get out of them. And that's the only reason they got the kill. Very tanky. So very good move for EG. They're still winning very slightly, less than 1k, and we're going to see a double bounty for Crit here. Let's see how much he gets from this. So that's a lot of gold. He got about 330 gold from those 2 bounty runes. That is a
He has a full medallion already. He's level 4, for God's sakes. It's not even like he's that leveled up. He is actually starting to get rich. He's just behind the Mirana, the mid-lane Mirana. Crit, I know he's an alchemist, but still, this is pretty damn good stuff for him.
Amazing. Maybe an unintended side effect of the closer bounty runes here is that support Alk is now legit.
Ooh, charge. They're looking for an arrow Starstorm to come out, but this is a deep dive. TP coming in from Arteezy. Kid Track is in trouble. The arrow will sail through and miss completely. They'll take down one PPD. He's going to get caught. They will tango out, but the trip block from Universe, too good. PPD in some serious trouble will get dropped down. The Astral will finish him off for Sumo more than likely, and it's going to be a 2-for-0 trade for EG as they start pressuring this mid-tier 1 tower.
Really good responses here. So pressure comes. The tier 1 tower is going to be glyphed, but I don't think that's going to be enough. And in the meantime, Pycat's sitting on the bot lane, but I don't even think he can kill Crit here. Even if he goes on him and stuns him, Crit's always going to be able to stun back. So this is just a huge advantage for EG at the moment.
Maybe with Phantasm or if he had an armlet, but he's not. He doesn't have either of those. So.
And Timbersaw is not really going to be very comfortable with fighting until maybe he gets an Arcane Boots, maybe a little bit more HP, because there's just too much damage on the enemy team right now for him to deal with. And it's not just like a lot of physical with some magic. He also has to worry about OD. A lot of magic there, pure damage. Like the OD pick was really solid this game.
Yeah, Sumail has been playing it well, and I mean he was a little bit behind at the beginning of the game, but he's doing a great job catching. He's in fact ahead of the Mirana now, and really your hopes are kind of on Pycat for now if you're Optic. I mean, yes, Mirana still needs some farm, but you know Pycat is going to have to do some work. I feel like
he's the one hero that the OD has to be really worried about, because if Pycat gets a bunch of illusions and goes on the OD directly, OD can die. If Pycat goes on somebody else, OD can banish that person. He can do bonus damage to the illusions with his orb. So it's this weird game that the Chaos Knight and the OD are going to have to play in these team fights, and how well can they back up each other as they get gone on. So.
Wow, this is some bad news. Kitrek, I know he's almost level 4, but he needs to get to 5 pretty quickly. He's a little bit far behind in terms of the support levels. That might be a problem. Trying to get your Nether Strike up, trying to do some extra damage. So Spearbreaker kind of having a rough time in that regard.
They can make it happen if they get some kills, though. So really, it's all about being successful. Pycat with haste is going to sprint in mid. They want to go for Sumail, but he got spotted.
Yeah, Fear spotted him out, and Sumail gets behind the tier 1 tower. And of course, there would be TP rotations if anybody tried to dive that tower.
They instantly get out very wisely, going to the high ground between their tier 1 and tier 2. They don't want to get caught.
Yeah, the Crit, Chemical Rage. This is going to make this a lot harder. In fact, Pycat will back himself up. Even with this armlet picked up, Crit kind of baits that out. Now, we'll look for top instead. PPD's going to be the one that gets caught. Arteezy rotates in. He's able to wait for him. And Universe, of course, is there with the teleportation, and that's more than enough to get the kill.
And interestingly, Arteezy going for a Dragonlance this game. It's very inexpensive stats. You can any bonus that you get from the strength, hypothetically, you can put to agility. So you can kind of look at it as an inexpensive 24 agility item. And then maybe once it gets Hurricane Pike, he'll feel safer about getting away from Timbersaw, Chaos Knight, things like that is probably my impression here.
Zai coming in, trying to defend bottom. They had the Nature's Wrath already gone. Zai will hit him up, of course, using that Chakraman Whirling Death. This tower should fall, so that's nice. That's nice for Optic, but they still have to defend their mid tier 1 tower, which will be taken down. Now they're going to find Kid Track, will take some damage. Trying to charge away, couldn't get it off in time. Still trying to go. He'll have to charge into them and die as he's charging on through. So, and that's going to be a kill for Fear. Nicely done for EG, but they will lose their tier 2 tower bottom.
Yeah, and they're still playing around Crit as well. He's just been here, the 4-position support with insane net worth. Just actually counter-pushing the bot lane and being a nuisance is a single hero.
Yeah, this is huge.
The charge on Sumail, though, maybe they can get here to the
He's a little far, and to be honest, kind of baiting this out. He also has his Force Staff. He has the Astral to work with, CC&C kind of getting run at. He uses the Astral aggressively, and he might be dead. Chaos Bolt, 2 seconds stun the Soul Catcher, and he's going to get crit down by Pycat. More than enough damage there. Very big kill for Optic, and they need to, I think, find a bit more along with that kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's level 5 now for Spearbreaker. Pretty huge mistake from Sumail. He really did not anticipate that at all if he was using Astral offensively. But a little hard to keep track of where heroes are, and that was the worst timing possible for him, so easy kill. But they're sitting mid. They have a charge on Rubik as well. They could maybe kill CC&C here, but I think they need another
think
damage
about
dealer to combo
Here's
this.
the telekinesis spell. Go into the fear, or rather the charge from fear. It's going to hit up, but CC&C will just leap away. They didn't have the unstable concoction coming in from Crit. I don't know. He didn't use it. I guess he didn't expect to get the kill. Something along those lines.
I'm not sure. I feel like they could have maybe gotten the kill there, but it would have been a little hard. That's for sure.
They're instead going to charge top lane. Zai is the one maybe in trouble. Timber chaining away. Universe is here. Doesn't have his Orchid yet. He has another item coming. I think his Arcane's coming in for Timbersaw. Now getting Astral, and Sumail's about to do a lot of damage. And Zai is in some serious trouble. No Sanities, but it's probably not needed. Telekinesis back. He'll Timber chain away. There's going to be the Chakra Whirling Death coming in. Zai actually might be able to make it into the tree line here. Trying to Chakra his way through another Astral. That should secure the kill. He should get dropped. He is regenning, but it's not going to be enough. Even Crit is there to help secure it.
Super sick attempt by him. He cut a tree, juked in that little spot, and then used Chakram to cut another path through. But then really nice sprout from Universe, spotted where he was and secured that kill. Almost got out of there. Very good try.
He's Zai's trying to catch back up. He's below the Alchemist, which again, you know, he's a 4-position Alchemist, but he's been getting a lot of farm in that bottom lane.
He's got a Solar Crest finished.
Yeah,
he's about as farmed.
They're going to go on him, though. He does pop the Chemical Rage. Arrow is too late. Demonic Purge coming in. Pycat needs to be careful. He's walking up to the high ground. He'll see Arteezy now. He's going to look for him instead. The Chaos Bolt about to go, and Pycat, he is actually going to get, I think, stunned up, and Pycat might have to back away. The Moonlight Shadow. Arteezy's chasing down with his Morph. So that's dangerous. That is a stun and Reality Rift available for Morphling, which is very, very sketchy.
Yeah, very good hero to temporarily turn into, but a little costly for Arteezy since that was his level 1 ultimate. It's a 160 cooldown with the first skill point, so not all bad actually for Optic considering the failed initiation.
Zai needs to be careful again. They did steal Timber Chain for the Rubik. They'll try to chase him down. In the meantime, the Tier 1 tower should go the way of Optic. I don't think a deny will come in time. They'll find Kittrick, though. He's going to get caught. The Solar Crest is up. There's the wave for him. Even with the raindrop, he's not going to make it out. Arteezy is now dominating, and they are doing some serious work and getting kills, especially onto the Spear Breaker.
Alright, so Courier stays alive. Very good glyph there, but I don't think Kittrick maybe needed to stay. But great wards. Spotted him hiding over there. I think he was probably just waiting to see maybe we can get a turn here. Who knows? Doesn't end up happening. And either way, they rotate. They get a Tier 1 tower. They pressure their enemies a little bit. 3k gold advantage now for EG, but it is still a very close game.
Yeah, I mean, it takes one good Phantasm from Pycat, a couple of good disables, and you could find a couple of kills, especially on something like Morphling. Kind of squishy, even though he can obviously attribute shift, so we'll see. I mean, right now he's doing really well. He has the Dragon Lance. He's going for a less stock standard build than we saw from Pycat. Crit's going to get charged. He has his Chemical Rage. No, it's down for 20 seconds. Good unstable concoction will hit up onto Kittrick and can't get the Nether Strike off. In fact, they're going to chase him down, but they might be too little too late. PBD is going to disrupt Shadow Demon coming out, or rather the Morphling. He will be able to get away for Nether Strike coming in. The arrow, that'll hit as the Nether Strike comes in, perfectly timed, and they will finally kill Crit. It took them a while, but they chased him down and brought him down at the end of the day.
I'm sure they've been practicing that combo. That's why it was executed so well there.
Yes.
But it's been a lot of arrows that I've seen very, very narrowly miss the Alchemist, so it's fun to see one finally land here. So Optic Gaming does get a kill off. And PPD with the max disruption, kind of an interesting skill build, but it's very common when you're against somebody that has a lot of agility or other stats. Yeah. So very common against a Morphling, really. And we'll see if it works out well. Morphling can escape it quite easily, but it's definitely a lot of added damage to a team fight.
Yeah, they throw that up, and Arteezy is in the midst of it all. And be careful in terms of how much damage his illusions are going to provide. So we'll see. It's still pretty early in this game. Morphling is the top farmer at this point. He's almost got a full Diffusal. Sumail is not too far behind him with a Force Staff, now working on a Blink Dagger, and then Pycat again right there with him. So Pycat still trying to farm, working on an Echo Saber now, and again, he's got to get some work done. They've only gotten a couple of kills these past few minutes, and it's starting to slow things down for Optic Gaming.
That is the case, but I feel like they're controlling the map really good right now. They've got a hero in every single lane farming. It's a little difficult for all of them to die, with the exception anybody's top lane is pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and that seems to be where EG wants to rotate now. See if they can pressure Pycat. I assume we'll see a Morph. Yeah, there's the Morph.
Yeah, there's the Morph coming in. Reality Rift back. He's going to pop the Phantasm. Chaos Bolt will go.
That was
Pycat's going to try to turn this. That's a huge stun coming out now. He's taking one down. If he dies, I don't think he's too concerned. They'll dust up, but here comes Zai. A little bit low on mana. Sumail might need to run. He's got a Force Staff available as well. The rest of the team is coming in. PPD is looking for a Demonic Purge. He's going to find it on Universe. No TP for 15. No TP scroll for 30. Universe is done. The arrow will come in from the side. Fear trying to save him, but couldn't quite get it done. And now he's looking for his own TP. They have no way of stopping this, I believe. Fear's able to make it out. They didn't have the charge in time for Kittrick. His Nether Strike was available. That animation is too long, and so Optic Gaming will get a couple of big kills going their way.
I think the crucial moment there was that when the Reality Rift came from Pycat, onto him. He thought, Morphling thought he was going to be able to get the stun off, then transform back. But in reality, Pycat popped his ultimate at the same time the Reality Rift came. And as soon as the ultimate comes, Morphling is screwed. The only solution he could do at that point is maybe like shift back and waveform dodge the stun.
Yeah.
So because it landed in time and he gets a couple crits off, really big kill for Pycat there. And a little gank that Morphling's going to be kicking himself for.
Yeah, so RTZ will now be eclipsed by Pycat after that big gank. And again, I mean, RTZ was doing really well in terms of his net worth, but Pycat has got his full Echo Saber working on a dagger next to get some more initiation for Optic, because they can't really just rely on the Spirit Breaker at this point. So I think it's a very good choice for Optic, and I think they're starting to do really well here.
It's such a good way to initiate too. You can use your ultimate outside of vision and then blink into Reality Rift to get them in there, so you don't have to worry about the delay in Phantasm. And with the Echo Saber now, he's got mana, he's got a lot of attack speed. RTZ's got to be careful.
He's going to walk into him.
He breaks it early.
There's no more ultimate, no more previous ultimate, and now he's going to get dropped. There's going to be the jump in the 4-second stun coming out, and yeah, that with the lacking of replicate now, it's a lot harder to escape those types of situations if you're Morphling.
Yeah, he would have to waveform away, or maybe dodge his first stun or waveform into the Spirit Breaker or something to dodge that stun. But the other crucial thing is that Chaos Knight has a lot of damage and he has minus armor. So as Morphling morphs even heavier into strength, he gets more HP, but his armor goes down. So it's just easier to kill him at the end. PBD looking a little dead.
They missed the arrow. I don't think it matters. He's done so either way. They'll TP in mid. That's going to be Zai. I think he's just trying to defend this tier 2 tower. I don't think they're going to go for the push. In the meantime, CNC is split pushing in the top lane as well. So again, this is what you were talking about. Optic taking control of the map. They're doing a really great job of it, I think.
And farming really well. They're not only controlling them, they're defending the pushes their opponents are due. They're collecting resources evenly, and it puts them in such a good spot. Everybody just keeps farming. And now that Pycat's had a couple good engagements, he's 3-0-2. That's actually a crucial thing for Chaos Knight. The hero needs to get a couple good fights off, because if you get behind, you almost never farm as well as more typical carries. So
I mean, he doesn't even have a Midas either, which is the big issue as well.
Well,
I mean, sometimes you'll see
it's
that
not good,
Pycat,
in my opinion, to buy Midas on Chaos Knight, because he is that early mid-game fighter. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'll just make my early game suck and aim for mid to late game. It's more like you want to be good early, mid, and then you have such a big lead that it doesn't matter that you're Chaos Knight, because you're just going to end the game.
He's doing pretty well. He's giving his team a chance back into this game. There is still a 2K advantage going the way of EG. To get a lot of that is probably going to be from Crit, who again is still ahead of Zai. He's a Blink now. He's a Solar Crest. EG are smoking into the Roche Pit, but again, they need to be careful. There's a smoke for Optic as well. If they can check the Roche Pit now, they're going to see that there's a couple of heroes in there. And this is falling quickly, but I don't know if it's going to fall quickly enough.
Right,
here they come.
They're going for it.
Moonlight Shadow is coming in. They have the charge ready. Jumping in, Sumail looking for Zai, trying to pin him. Timber Chain away, Crit. Chemical Rage is up. Pycat jumping in. Sumail in trouble. Forced away. They need a Chaos Bolt. The leap forward. CC one more auto attack. Gets the kill. Now on the other side, the waveform RTZ. He takes down one, but there's the disruption. He's going to buy back. Trick is going to get into the game, but RTZ gets destroyed by Pycat. A double kill for CC&C. Unstable Concoction. Crit is on the run. They'll jump through. There's the Reality Rift. They don't need the Chaos Bolt. It's 3 dead, and Optic will almost certainly take Roche here.
Worst case scenario for them. I mean, the first engagement didn't look great, but if your first person initiated on is going to be your Outworld Devourer, it's a really bad situation. Now, Optic Gaming has a pretty massive advantage, despite the gold being even. And I think the reason for that is, if we look over at Alchemist, he's got 7k net worth, but we're not feeling that net worth right now, because he's got a Solar Crest. It's a lot of gold.
Oh no, 4-second stun. That is unfortunate for Fear. He might have been dead anyways, regardless of the stun number.
So despite this high net worth that EG's sitting on, because they're farming faster, they give more every time they die is the other negative. And that Crit just doesn't have that much of an impact with his hero. I'm not saying he's playing bad. It's just he's basically an overrated Acid Spray Unstable Concoction Solar Crest worth 7k net worth, which is a lot of money. Hypothetically, maybe he should have rushed Radiance or something. I'm not quite sure. Go Medallion into Radiance or Medallion into another item that does more. Because this is one of the issues with Support Alchemist. He's a hero with a stun. And at some point, you're going to want more than that from a support.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call to go for Radiance at that point. You feel like you're ahead. You feel like you're going to get a couple of kills on Pycat, and all of a sudden this game gets a lot easier.
And I'm kind of going crazy on the fact that they lost one Roche fight where they had a tactical disadvantage. That was not an even fight either. So, but I think it definitely can be, everything I just said, I think can be a big issue as the game continues.
And we'll see. EG, they're smoking up. They're trying to find something bottom. Zai, again, probably the easiest target. He's lowest in net worth. He almost has a Yule Scepter, and then things get difficult. He also has a Solar Crest to work with as well. So Optic are starting to get pretty farmed, even on their Timber Saw.
I mean, they can definitely kill some heroes here, but they have to have vision, and Crit has to be ready to go. Like, and it all comes down to vision. He needs to know to use Unstable Concoction, then to use Blink Solar Crest Stun. And if that's what they're catching, then they're going to get some kills. But thus far, Optic Gaming has avoided a lot of those situations. Their heroes have not been killed in a long time.
I think they know. I think they knew a smoke was coming. Whether or not they smoked on top of these observer wards, I think might be an issue here for EG. And now Optic will do the same.
And they send in a CK illusion as well on the side to try to spot out a hero.
Ward, RTZ's now going to back up, it looks like. Pycat kills a creep, and I think they know that EG are backing. Haste Rune picked up by Sumail, potentially. The banishment wasn't in time. CCNC is going to grab it. He's got a Haste Rune. Now the Chakram coming in. The arrow just misses. It looks like another strike coming in. They've got the Starstorm. The Astral Hide will save him for now. Telekinesis on CCNC, but I think Sumail's in trouble. Blinks himself to the high ground. They know that he's there. The illusion coming in. Reality Rift, they're going to find that kill onto the waveform. And they get the Astral off. It looks like that is actually huge. What happened there?
I think he canceled his own TP and then banished himself. I'm not 100%, but his TP got interrupted. I thought he was fine. I don't even think anybody was targeting him.
I think there was a Reality Rift coming in. I believe it was on. It might have been on the Morphling instead. I'm not 100% sure. It was very confusing.
Yeah, maybe he said like, "Oh, banish me" or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the replay, but. Every fight basically starts with Sumail seeing a hero banishing somebody and instantly getting gone on by like 3 heroes, and that's the worst thing that can happen if you're playing OD.
And this is with a Hurricane Pike and a Blink Dagger, so it's just really been unfortunate positioning from him in terms of getting caught out, things of that nature.
Almost all the fights have been just not good for him. And maybe it's part of the fact that they're fighting on nighttime, so he doesn't always see all the heroes before the engagements go down. But it has not felt like a good OD game. That has been for sure. You always have the constant charge, the threat of getting disabled that way. You have the arrow that you have to dodge swiftly, and then there's a lot of damage coming from the CK, not to mention his own lockdown. So, Optic Gaming, you mentioned getting the CK out of control, and right now he's at 12K net worth. He's 2K ahead of CCNC, 3K ahead of the OD now. This is normally like the heart range, but he's going to go for a Manta instead, just to make himself run faster, deal more damage. He can avoid balances is another really big thing now. There's an Orchid that Nature's Prophet basically rushed this game. That item doesn't even feel very useful anymore. He needed to get it earlier to have an impact. EPD in trouble. He will use his ultimate before dying, but the Hurricane Pike bombs being thrown by Sumail. That will get him a nice kill, and that's going to net them an advantage 4 versus 5 for the time being for EG. Ortiz taking a lot of damage from these as well.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, he was getting shredded. Oh, he'll find a regen rune. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's definitely a good regen.
Zai on the run. Fear has leap. He uses 2 of the charges. Telekinesis back. They're going to try to find this kill. Zai again, very tough to bring down. He'll use the Yule Scepter onto Sumail, but he's still getting chased. Fear taking a lot of damage. Chakraman rolling death. Turn the chain away. They've got the Orchid now. The Sprout will come in. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade. Zai is going to get dropped down. Another big kill for Sumail. They're not out of this yet. He continues to just get these big kills for EG.
Definitely what they need right now. This is a 2K gold advantage for Optic Gaming in the meantime. They pressured up the other lanes, no TP right down Chaos Knight, so there's basically no way they take that fight. And Sumail's actually going to try to catch one.
There we go. They have the Radiant Scan. This could be a huge kill. He's sitting at half HP. He has Aegis, mind you. They need to be careful. Pycat's on the run. They have the Orchid onto CCNC on the other side of the fight, but they're not going to go for this. Fear also a little bit too late to the party, even with Timber Chain. So again, going for Pycat with Aegis, with the rest of the team almost alive, is it's a bit sketchy if you're EG, and I see why they would back off there.
It's a dangerous fight no matter what happens. I think they maybe could have gotten a kill there, but there's also a high chance that it could go the other way, and Chaos Knight kills 3 heroes if things go a little bit not so good for you. So. Optic just doing a great job covering each other. The only real deaths we've seen, I mean, other than the Zai death, was a couple PPD engagements where he pushes a lane and gets caught. It's not that bad for Optic. They have a lot of heroes that haven't even been killed yet.
Yeah.
Both of their Mirana as well as their Chaos Knight. Yeah,
CK is going to Phantasm. He's going to look for the blank Reality. Oh, the Chaos Bolt. He needed Reality Rift earlier, and Sumail is able to make it away, and that's Phantasm now down.
Yeah.
So that is not that great for Pycat.
If he Reality Rifts, then Sumail is for sure going to get a blink off. If he tries to do the stun, maybe the stun lands and he's guaranteed a kill.
Yeah.
Or he could do something like blink attack and then stun to interrupt the blink dagger, but if he does that, Sumail could also cast a blink dagger or Astral or something like that. It's basically, this is one of Chaos Knight's big issues, is long cast animations, very difficult to jump on the guy you want. And
it's a tough situation.
And the fact that they've now revealed that he used Phantasm, this could be an opportunity for EG to take a fight here.
I mean, he's got the illusions for only a couple of seconds longer. They're going to try to push up to the high ground with him, but they're about to just drop. Here in a moment, they'll get maybe 1 or 2 auto attacks onto this tier 3 tower. And in the meantime, though, Universe is doing his thing. He's split pushing as a Nature's Prophet off and do.
That was good. Got half the tower damage. Not a bad opportunity there for EG, and it looks like they're starting to stabilize a little bit. OD spots CCNC here.
Can he get anything done with it, though? Sumail is now getting charged. They're, I think, thinking about turning this, but Sumail's going to back up. He has the rest of the team behind him.
Yeah.
And they're going to start trying to D-ward. This sentry just out of range of this Observer ward in lane,
That's
so EG...
next level, dude. Pros do not usually place a ward on this cliff because it's too obvious, right? So EG instead places, okay, where are you likely to put it? And the place they put it was not actually where the ward was. They next leveled them with an obvious ward.
Yeah.
It's something you can only do in high MMR pubs.
PPD and the support's doing rather well for Optic. They still have a 2K net worth advantage. PPD starting to get some more farm. He's in the Aether Lens. He's picked up a gem now as well to get even more map control. And things are slowly, like you said, stabilizing for EG, but Optic are also farming very well.
Yeah, their ward position just gives them a huge advantage over EG. They know where their heroes are walking. They know how to react as a result, and they'll keep using this draw to get ganks out. They're going for crit, actually. Crit's Shadow Blade's on cooldown here.
He is in trouble. Good blink. He's still getting charged. Pycat, Reality Rift is visible. They might actually just stop this. Yeah, they're not going to go for it. They'll back up instead.
Kill here. But a little bit of a good attempt. Crit going to build towards a Shiva's Guard is what he's got queued up right now. Well, interesting. I think that would give them 2. I assume OD will finish first. Maybe he'll go a different way. RTZ going, finished his Diffusal Blade a while ago, going to queue up a BKB next so that they can actually fight and not have to worry about him getting chain stunned or disabled or all that stuff.
I mean, they'll still have to deal with the level 20 Reality Rift Pierce's spell immunity for CK.
That's a hard question. I feel like CK has to get it, especially if a BKB comes on a Morphling. I think it's time to get it because you could pretty much instantly get lucky and kill Morphling.
Yes,
for sure.
I agreed.
With your full ulti out, it's easily a possibility. So.
Oh, Universe getting charged. Solar Crest is up. There's the Chakram. They're going to find a big kill there. I don't know how they saw him, if he got charged from the get-go and Kitruck was able to find him, but...
Probably charged a little earlier or something like that.
Yeah. That is crazy. But they are forcing the rotations back to this top lane. Sumail, you got to start putting pressure on this tier 3 tower. They need to be careful for Optic. Nobody's TPing back. He is charged.
The part for him. But if they do see Spirit Breaker here, then at least EG knows that Spirit Breaker's not there. So this would be the time.
They're going to try to cancel TPs. Sumail, he's not using it yet, but he's going to get
kept
up. The TP's canceled. He did it at the exact same time. That is disastrous. He's going to have to stay here, maybe go for this tier 3 tower. But at the other side of the fight, the Phantasm about to take a tier 3 of their own for Optic, plus the Manta Style. So many illusions. They're going to take the tier 3. Can they get anything else? Sumail is chasing down Kitruck. He might get the kill, sure, but he's still stuck in the base. Finally takes him down, but the Rax is gone bottom lane. The damage has been done. He TP'd at the least opportune time for EG. Crit will come in. They'll try to fight CCNC. He's going to get blown up and brought down, but the illusion's still clearing out the Rax rather easily.
They got their own tier 3.
They're going to go for the Rax. Universe TP's up to the top lane now. The Glyph will have to come out. They need to TP home. They need to cancel these TPs, but Pycat should be fine. They're going to defend the Rax. Looks like they've got the bandage. Universe in trouble. Charged up. The Dust will come out. Kittrick forced back into the game. Pycat going to try to finish this off. The Astral save will come through, and Universe now still in trouble. Chaos pull at crit. Pycat, easy 2-shot there. And Sumail in trouble with another strike. They even have the Solar Crest on. Reality Rift back in the Chakra. Big kill for Pycat. A double kill, a monster kill spree, and they defend their Rax in the top lane as well.
And Kittrick gets his revenge here, playing around with Sumail there on the top lane. They do lose a tier 3, and I would maybe argue that's not the worst thing for EG. Is that safe to say? At the very least, you can kill Shrines now, so your opponents are going to have way less mobility. They don't have any tier 1s left either, so once Shrines are dead, and maybe finish off some tier 2s, it's harder for Optic Gaming to defend their base. The thing they have to do now is they have to push all the lanes all the time. And if Optic does that, it's going to be very difficult for Universe to even pressure that Rax.
Yeah.
If these tier 2s die, then it's easier for them to do so. So Optic Gaming, despite losing that tower, they're still in an okay spot. They're
going to get Roche probably too. If I think they know it's up, the Courier just flew over it. Are they going to head into the Roche is the question. They might not even go for it yet. Universe is looking for a Courier, but it's actually still in the Roche pit, so I think he thought it was coming back.
Cluck, cluck?
Yeah, cluck, cluck, not happening. Oh, Universe might find it. Nah, I think the Courier's already pretty much back in the base.
So, very farmed here. Guess I did go for the Reality Rift Pierce's Spell Immune perk. Very good, could be very useful against any BKBs that OD or Morphling purchase. Basically just, honestly, hard counters the BKB.
Yep, it's huge.
The fact that you get a 20 as well, it's like, if you're winning a game like he is right now, it really does feel like the perfect timing. Like the 30-minute mark, right when they get their BKB, it could genuinely just win them a fight, despite them spending 4,000 gold on that item. It could be amazingly powerful this game.
Yeah, his own BKB flying out for Pycat, and I mean, like, Morphling, even with the attribute shift, he's not that tanky, even with all the armor that he has. He might take a lot of damage and get bursted down by this Chaos Knight who does a ton.
It's possible, yes. Something raw HP, I guess, would be good. He's going to build a Scotty. It's like that, or E-Blade, maybe Butterfly here could be really valuable as well, but I think Scotty's the right move. It'll give them some mobility advantage over their opponents, maybe a higher chance to get a kill against heroes like Timbersaw and stuff, but man, everybody in Optic Gaming is just still farming and farming and farming.
And this is what you were talking about, keeping all the waves pushed out. Bottom is the closest one, but they have a tier 2 there, which is going to give them some leeway, rather, in terms of Universe trying to take a high ground building. Illusions will get cleared up by RTZ. Mantas are still going. They have the tier 3 tower taking some damage, but I don't think they're really that concerned. And now if you're Optic, you have Aegis, you have Cheese. You can play pretty slowly here in the next few minutes, I feel like.
The craziest part is that I can't even tell. I wasn't even sure if Arcane Orb does extra damage to Illusions anymore. It pretty consistently used to feel like it just one-shots them, but not these ones. These ones have 4,000 HP almost. With,
this is before Heart, too.
Yeah, he doesn't even have Heart yet. And what's his spell status resistance? He's got 22% status resistance right now on Chaos Knight, just naturally. So any disables aren't even going to feel good against this hero.
Status resistance, the new hot thing. We've seen it on Tiny a lot, CK, of course.
Very different on Tiny, because he has like a perk that his ultimate gives him like 60.
40% grow.
Or 40% or something. It's pretty insane, but
it's pretty good, yes. But Pycat, again, he's got a lot of farm. He might even buy a Vit Booster here in a moment. He actually doesn't even have slots for it at this point.
He's just going to wait until he gets the Reaver for sure. There's no way he'd swap out anything else.
Do you swap out Armlet, maybe?
I think he should do Echo Saber for myself, but kind of hard to say. Armlet does way more for your illusion, HP, attack speed, all that stuff. It is like the #1 CK item. It's always going to be good on the hero.
I also like it with the Heart of Trask, so the combination might be good.
Leave it on always, why care?
The Treants will take care of this wave top, so they're just kind of cutting the creep wave here. There's not much anything that Optic can do now. They're still just sitting at their own creep wave trying to push in.
It's a really bad sign for EG, though. The best thing they can do is spawn Treants somewhere, let the Treants kill a creep wave. And by the way, this is not very fast. This is a very slow cut.
They're going to find Sumail. He's going to get caught. He gets forced away at the last second. Shadow Poison, not enough damage. He's going to get dropped anyways. Pycat gets the kill. The Chaos Bolt, more than enough auto attack damage as well. And Fear now in trouble. They'll force 2 buybacks, in fact, as RTZ gets dropped on top of it. And Pycat now, his BKB is about to be done here. Crit running in as well. The Acid Spray. Wait for him in. Blink out in time. Coming in. CCC will also leap away. PPD is in trouble. He will get caught. So that'll give Sumail a double kill. That's nice. But it's both supports falling down for Optic. And I don't think they're that concerned, especially with those buybacks being forced.
Yeah, OD was very ready for that one. He anticipated his death. He instantly was back in the fight, punishing the Spear Breaker. Really nicely done for him.
How did the Morphling die there? I just saw Sumail get obliterated, not the Morphling.
It looks like Zai killed him, which makes sense. I mean, if you chain stun him and Zai jumps in, it also reduces his primary attribute. I don't know if that matters that much, but basically lowers his armor by a moderate amount, does a bunch of pure damage. That's all stuff that Morphling doesn't want to have to deal with. And he didn't get his BKB. Yeah, maybe he did BKB. I don't know. But it was probably like CK or something. No, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to watch the replay. He's not that strong right now. There's so much burst damage from Optic Gaming that it can definitely happen at a moment's notice.
So now the main focal point for Optic while their supports are down is to keep these waves pushed out, to clear out these Treants who are trying to make sure they can get this creep wave cut. But at this point, CCNC will take care of it. He's pretty far now. Fusel, Lincolns, and Manta.
The Treants are doing their best, but it's only going to do so much. He's got Mana Break as well on his talent, so he's mana draining 75 per hit on enemy heroes.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
I do see some potential here for EG for winning this one. It's going to be tough, but I think Sumail's got pretty much the right items. I think he's playing it really well now. He had a little bit of a rough early engagements, but goes for the +2 Sanity's Eclipse multiplier. Hypothetically, if he steals a lot of int from his enemy team, he could drop a huge ultimate that kills a lot of heroes.
It's not going to be easy. I mean, again, BKB for Pycat, there's a lot of tankability and survivability and mobility for Optic as well, so...
I don't know if it hits illusions or not. That could be huge. Hypothetically, he could kill all of the CK illusions with it. Even if, hypothetically, the CK is BKB active, you can't protect your illusions in the same way. Unless it just doesn't work. We'll see. A great ward here for Optic Gaming, actually. They're in a spot Universe. They see him.
Yeah, he's on the run. The charge will come through. He has TP in 2. He's got his regular teleportations ready. He is going to try to use it, but he's going to get caught in another strike arrow, and he is dead. That is a dead Universe. Stuck in the TP animation for a moment, but he is down for 60 seconds, and that is going to be him maybe having to buy back.
He knows for sure that there's a ward there, so that won't happen again. May even de-ward it himself. But
yes.
Yeah, like you said, that's another dead hero on EG that they can't afford right now, because they've got it in their face.
Yeah, Universe, and that was the biggest, because with a Nature's Prophet, you can split push, you can cut the creep waves. Now they're forced to just try to go bottom and push this into the tier 2 tower. But again, if you're Optic, you're not even worried about the tier 2 tower bottom lane, so... All right. Optic are up on the high ground. The CK Illusions, there's the Phantasm. This Rax is in trouble. The Disruption coming in, crit, throwing up the Unstable Concoction. They will have the Glyph to come through as well, the Fate Bolt. And they've hit it on Dismail. Now will they dive? The Zaya's coming in. The Chakram will come through. It actually misses on Dismail, but he's fine nonetheless. They will take the melee racks in the top lane. They might go again. The Illusion's still doing so much damage. And Pycat with the Echo Saber hits it twice, takes it down. 2 sets of racks down now for EG, and they didn't buy back on Universe, and now they've got to defend their last lane. Meanwhile, Pycat blinked in, looking for a target, couldn't quite find it. EG are behind their own racks at this point, and they have to find some big fight in order to get this game pack going anywhere close to in their favor.
Just playing on the edge here. Both teams waiting for the opportunity. Who's out of position? Can you blink in and disable them in time? But it's very tough, and that's why Optic played so safe. Even with that arrow and Sumail, they're just going to play it the easy way. Let the Illusions kill the barracks. And now that they have a 2 racks advantage, even harder for Universe's split push here. It basically comes down to EG has to win a massive fight. And then they have to do that probably a second time, and that's when they can get back in this game.
I think they're trying to do that now. I think they maybe decided against it. They were smoking. Smail's trying to find Zaya. He's going to get orchided. This could be good. He's got a Hex off though on Smail, which is actually gigantic. And he's going to blink himself out of trouble. Zaya will make it away. The Timber Chain even secures him a bit further. So that was huge. Great Hex from him.
No reaction, instant Hex, Yules, and blinks out of there. Just
still getting chased down. Telekinesis Fear is found on the Unstable Concoction. He might not be out of the woods yet. He's in trouble. Chakram was stolen. Zaya pops the cheese. Another Timber Chain. He's trying to get away. He's so freaking fast. He's Spider-Man. He's got level 25. Still getting chased. Universe can't find the Orchid, and Zai will make it out. It is that 1400 Timber Chain range. He goes so damn far, Purge.
Status resistance pays off heavily on the hero also. Less disable. He's got more armor. He's got super good movement speed with the Boots of Travel. He's actually just so hard to catch.
Sumail hexed up. They're going to have the charge here. Demonic Purge as well. He's in trouble. Timber Chain coming through. That's more than enough damage potentially. He's going to get caught and killed. Down for 95. Your big carrier, your big mid laner is done for EG. And Optic are looking to finish this. They're looking for the jugular now. They're going to get caught. Zai will use himself up for now, but RTZ, BKB, they've got the Phantasm. They got the reality through BKB. RTZ's in trouble. He tries to get to the usage of the Shadow Demon. It's not going to work. Double kill for CCNC. Now they're going to find Fear. They're going to lose everybody. It is GG. Optic will take the first series of the day, and they take it 2-1 against Evil Geniuses.
Amazing game there by Optic, but a little play and a couple crucial moments from EG, like all those early games engagements where OD would banish a hero as he gets gone on. A couple times, 2 times this game, where Morphling tries to become some other hero, ends up getting punished himself. I think he was hoping to disrupt maybe the CK so that he could have some free illusions, but keeps getting killed. And just these couple